Business vocabulary, letter A. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Meaning, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush is a proverbial expression that advises valuing what one already has rather than risking it for something potentially better but uncertain. It emphasizes the importance of being content with one's current situation or possessions rather than pursuing something that may be unattainable or less certain. 2. A dime a dozen. Meaning, a dime a dozen is an idiom that means something is abundant, common, or easily accessible. It implies that the item or concept being referred to is of little value or importance due to its high availability or lack of uniqueness. 3. A fool and his money are soon parted. Meaning, a fool and his money are soon parted is a proverbial expression that highlights how people who are foolish or easily deceived often lose their money or possessions quickly. It suggests that individuals who make unwise financial decisions or are gullible are more likely to experience financial loss. 4. A game changer. Meaning, a game changer refers to something or someone that significantly alters the current situation, rules, or dynamics of a particular situation or industry. It describes a transformative element that has a profound impact and brings about substantial and often positive changes. 5. A hard pill to swallow. Meaning, a hard pill to swallow is an idiom used to describe a difficult or unpleasant truth or situation that is challenging to accept or come to terms with. It refers to something that is emotionally or mentally challenging to acknowledge or believe. 6. A horse of a different color. Meaning, a horse of a different color is an idiomatic expression used to indicate a distinct or unrelated matter or a different perspective on a topic. It implies a significant difference or contrast between two things or situations. 7. A level playing field. Meaning, a level playing field refers to a fair and equal situation where all participants have the same opportunities and conditions, without any advantages or disadvantages. It emphasizes the importance of fairness, equality, and impartiality in a competition or interaction. 8. A penny saved is a penny earned. Meaning, a penny saved is a penny earned is an idiom that highlights the importance of saving money and being frugal. It suggests that saving money is equivalent to earning money because the money you save can be used for future needs or investments. 9. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Meaning, a picture is worth 1,000 words is an idiom that suggests a single image or visual representation can convey a complex message or idea more effectively than a written or spoken description. It emphasizes the power and impact of visual communication. 10. A rising tide lifts all boats. Meaning, a rising tide lifts all boats is an idiom that expresses the idea that when there is overall prosperity or success, everyone benefits from it. 11. A shot in the arm. Meaning, a shot in the arm is an idiom that refers to something that provides a sudden boost, revitalization, or encouragement to someone or something. It implies giving a renewed energy or motivation to achieve better performance or results. 12. A slippery slope. Meaning, a slippery slope is an idiom used to describe a situation or course of action that, once started, may lead to adverse or unintended consequences. It suggests that engaging in a particular action or making a certain decision could set off a chain of events that progressively becomes more difficult to control or stop. 13. A stitch in time saves 9. Meaning, a stitch in time saves 9 is an idiom that emphasizes the importance of addressing a problem or taking action promptly to prevent it from getting worse or causing additional complications. It suggests that addressing an issue early on can save time, effort, and resources in the long run. 14. A taste of your own medicine. Meaning, a taste of your own medicine is an idiom that refers to experiencing the same negative treatment or consequences that one has previously inflicted upon others. It suggests that someone is being subjected to the same behavior or treatment that they have dished out to others. 15. Above board. Meaning, this idiom means to be open, honest, and transparent in one's actions or dealings. It refers to conducting business in a legal and ethical manner, without any hidden agendas or deceptive practices. Note, the idiom above board originated from card games, where it referred to keeping one's hands above the table, visible to all players, to ensure fair play and honesty. In a business context, it emphasizes the importance of maintaining integrity and avoiding any questionable or unethical practices. 16. Above the fold. Meaning, above the fold is an idiom that originated from the newspaper industry. It refers to the top half of the front page of a newspaper, which is visible when the newspaper is folded and displayed for sale. In a broader context, it has come to represent the content or elements that are immediately visible and accessible without the need for scrolling or further action. In digital media, it refers to the portion of a web page that is visible without scrolling down. 17. Ace in the hole. Meaning, this idiom refers to having a secret or hidden advantage or resource that can be used strategically to gain an advantage or ensure success, especially in a challenging or uncertain situation. 18. Actions speak louder than words. Meaning, this idiom emphasizes that what a person does carries more weight and credibility than what they say. It suggests that actions are a stronger indicator of one's true intentions, character, and commitment compared to mere promises or verbal assertions. 19. Add fuel to the fire. Meaning, this idiom refers to exacerbating or intensifying a conflict, problem, or situation by saying or doing something that makes it worse. It involves contributing to an already difficult or tense situation, often unintentionally, by taking actions or making statements that escalate the problem. 20. All hands on deck. Meaning, this idiom means that everyone's help or participation is needed or required for a particular task or situation. It conveys the message that everyone should contribute their effort and work together to accomplish a common goal. 21. All in a day's work. Meaning, this idiom suggests that a particular task or situation is considered routine, normal, or expected in the course of one's work. It conveys the idea that the task is not out of the ordinary and is something that is commonly encountered or handled as part of one's job responsibilities. 22. Apple of my eye. Meaning, apple of my eye is an expression used to describe someone or something that is highly cherished, valued, or loved. It refers to a person or object that is particularly dear to someone and holds a special place in their affections. 23. At the end of the day. Meaning, at the end of the day is an expression used to emphasize the ultimate or final result, outcome, or conclusion of a situation or decision. It refers to considering all factors, circumstances, or opinions and arriving at a final judgment or assessment. 24. Axe to grind. Meaning, axe to grind refers to having a personal motive, often hidden or ulterior, behind one's actions or opinions. It suggests that someone has a particular issue, grievance, or agenda they are seeking to address or promote. Business vocabulary, letter B. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Back to square one. Meaning, this idiom refers to returning to the starting point or the initial stage of a task, process, or situation. It indicates a setback or the need to start over again from the beginning. 2. Ballpark figure. Meaning, this idiom refers to an approximate or rough estimate of a quantity or value. It implies that the given number or measurement is not precise but serves as a general guideline or approximation. 3. Barking up the wrong tree. Meaning, this idiom means to pursue a mistaken or misguided course of action, or to direct attention, effort, or accusations towards the wrong person or thing. It implies a situation where one is looking for a solution or answer in the wrong place. 4. Battle of the books. Meaning, this idiom refers to a competition or rivalry among authors, scholars, or literary works. It can also be used to describe a fierce competition or debate between opposing viewpoints or theories. 5. Bear market. Meaning, a bear market refers to a condition in the financial market where stock prices are falling or expected to fall. It is characterized by a pessimistic sentiment among investors, leading to a decline in overall market activity. 6. Beat around the bush. Meaning, this idiom means to avoid directly addressing or discussing a topic or issue. It refers to someone speaking indirectly, evasively, or vaguely instead of getting to the main point or providing a clear response. 7. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Meaning, this idiom suggests that the perception of beauty varies from person to person. What one person finds beautiful or appealing may not be the same for someone else. It emphasizes the subjective nature of aesthetic judgment. 8. Bed of roses. Meaning, the phrase bed of roses is used to describe a situation that is comfortable, pleasant, and free from difficulties or challenges. It implies a life of ease and comfort without hardships. 9. Best of both worlds. Meaning, the expression best of both worlds refers to a situation where one can enjoy the advantages or benefits of two different things simultaneously, without having to choose between them. It implies the ideal combination or integration of two desirable elements or options. 10. Better late than never. Meaning, this idiom implies that it is preferable for someone to do something or arrive late than not at all. It suggests that completing a task or taking action, even if delayed, is better than not doing it at all. 11. Big fish in a small pond. Meaning, the phrase big fish in a small pond refers to a person who is highly important, influential, or successful within a limited or restricted environment or context. It suggests that the individual's achievements or status may be significant within a smaller group or lesser competitive setting but may not carry the same weight or recognition in a larger or more competitive arena. 12. Bite off more than you can chew. Meaning, bite off more than you can chew means to take on more responsibilities, tasks, or challenges than one can handle or manage effectively. It implies overestimating one's abilities or capacity, resulting in difficulties or a sense of being overwhelmed. 13. Bite the bullet. Meaning, to bite the bullet means to face or endure a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage and determination, often accepting the consequences or challenges involved. It implies making a tough decision or taking necessary action despite the discomfort or adversity. 14. Blood is thicker than water. Meaning, the phrase blood is thicker than water means that family bonds and relationships are stronger and more important than any other social or personal connections. It emphasizes the idea that family ties and loyalty should take precedence over other relationships or obligations. 15. Blue sky thinking. Meaning, blue sky thinking refers to creative or innovative thinking that is unconstrained by practical or conventional limitations. It involves generating new and imaginative ideas without restrictions, allowing for innovative and groundbreaking solutions. 16. Bottom line. Meaning, bottom line refers to the ultimate or most important result, outcome, or conclusion of a situation or discussion. It represents the key point or essential factor that determines success or failure, often in financial or business contexts. 17. Break the bank. Meaning, break the bank means to spend an excessively large amount of money, usually beyond one's means or budget. It refers to a significant financial expense or investment that may have a considerable impact on one's financial resources. 18. Break the ice. Meaning, break the ice means to initiate or facilitate the start of a conversation or interaction in a friendly and relaxed manner, especially in a new or unfamiliar social or professional setting. It is an effort to create a comfortable and open atmosphere. 19. Break the mold. Meaning, break the mold means to do something in a new, innovative, or unconventional way, departing from traditional or established norms. It implies breaking free from the usual patterns or expectations and introducing fresh ideas or approaches. 20. Breakthrough. Meaning, a breakthrough refers to a significant development or achievement, often in the context of a scientific or technological advancement. It represents a notable progress or discovery that brings about a significant change or improvement. 21. Bring home the bacon. Meaning, bring home the bacon means to earn a living or provide financial support for one's family or household. It refers to being responsible for the financial well-being and sustenance of one's household. 22. Brush up on. Meaning, to brush up on something means to review or refresh one's knowledge or skills in a particular subject or area. It implies taking the time to study or practice in order to improve or update one's understanding. 23. Bull in a china shop. Meaning, bull in a china shop refers to a person who is clumsy, reckless, or lacking in finesse and tact. It describes someone who tends to cause damage or create chaos due to their careless or hasty actions. 24. Burn the midnight oil. Meaning, to burn the midnight oil means to work or study late into the night. It implies putting in extra effort and long hours to accomplish a task or meet a deadline. Business vocabulary, letter C. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Call a spade a spade. Meaning, call a spade means to speak candidly and directly, without using euphemisms or avoiding the truth. It refers to being straightforward and honest in expressing one's thoughts or opinions, even if they may be considered blunt or harsh. 2. Call the shots. Meaning, call the shots means to be in a position of authority or control, where one has the power and responsibility to make important decisions or give instructions. It refers to being the person who determines how things should be done and takes the lead in directing actions or initiatives. 3. Carrot and stick. Meaning, carrot and stick refers to a motivational approach that combines rewards and punishments to encourage desired behavior or achieve specific outcomes. The carrot symbolizes positive incentives or rewards used to motivate people, while the stick represents negative consequences. 4. Cash cow. Meaning, cash cow refers to a product, service, or business venture that consistently generates a significant and steady stream of profits or revenue for a company. It is a metaphorical representation of an asset or investment that provides a reliable and ongoing source of income, similar to how a cow produces milk regularly. 5. Cast a wide net. Meaning, cast a wide net means to explore or search a broad range of possibilities or options in order to increase the chances of success or find what is sought. It refers to not limiting oneself to a narrow or specific approach, but instead being open to various opportunities or alternatives. 6. Catch-22. Meaning, catch-22 refers to a situation where one is trapped in a dilemma or predicament with contradictory or mutually exclusive conditions. It implies a no-win scenario where one is unable to escape or make progress due to conflicting rules or circumstances. 7. Change of heart. Meaning, change of heart refers to a significant shift or reversal in one's attitude, opinion, or decision. It implies a change in perspective or feelings towards a particular matter. 8. Change the game. Meaning, change the game means to alter the rules, dynamics, or strategies of a situation in a significant way that brings about a transformation or disruption. It refers to making a substantial shift or introducing a new approach that revolutionizes the current state of affairs. 9. Change the tune. Meaning, change the tune means to alter one's attitude, behavior, or perspective, typically in response to a situation or feedback. It refers to making a significant adjustment in how one approaches or handles a particular matter. 10. Clean slate. Meaning, clean slate refers to starting anew or starting with a fresh and clean beginning, free from any past mistakes, issues, or burdens. It implies a fresh start or a reset where previous actions or circumstances no longer have an impact. 11. Close the deal. Meaning, close the deal refers to the finalization or completion of a business agreement or transaction. It signifies reaching an agreement and taking the necessary steps to make it official. 12. Cold call. Meaning, cold call refers to the act of contacting or reaching out to a person or business without any prior introduction or relationship. It involves making unsolicited phone calls or visits in an attempt to generate sales, gather information, or establish new connections. 13. Come full circle. Meaning, come full circle means to return to the original starting point or to complete a cycle or process. It suggests that something has reached a conclusion or has come back to where it began. 14. Come hell or high water. Meaning, come hell or high water is an expression that signifies determination, commitment, and a willingness to overcome obstacles or face challenges no matter what happens. It suggests a strong resolve to fulfill a commitment or achieve a goal regardless of the difficulties. 15. Come out of the woodwork. Meaning, come out of the woodwork refers to the sudden appearance or emergence of people or things that were previously hidden, unknown, or inactive. It implies that individuals or entities are coming forward or making themselves known, often in response to a specific event or situation. 16. Corner the market. Meaning, corner the market refers to a situation where a person or a company attains a dominant or controlling position in a particular market or industry. It implies gaining exclusive control over a specific product, service, or resource, often resulting in significant market power. 17. Crack the whip. Meaning, crack the whip means to exert strict control or authority over others, typically in a demanding or disciplinary manner. It refers to taking charge, enforcing rules, and pushing others to work harder or perform better. 18. Cross the line. Meaning, cross the line means to exceed acceptable boundaries or norms of behavior, often by engaging in inappropriate, offensive, or unethical actions. It suggests going beyond what is considered acceptable or permissible. 19. Curb appeal. Meaning, curb appeal refers to the attractiveness or desirability of a property, particularly its exterior appearance, as viewed from the curb or street. It is the first impression a property makes on potential buyers or visitors and plays a crucial role in their initial perception and interest. 20. Customer is king. Meaning, customer is king is a phrase that emphasizes the importance of customers in business. It reflects the idea that customers are the most valuable asset for a company and that their satisfaction and needs should be the top priority. 21. Cut corners. Meaning, cut corners means to take shortcuts or make compromises in order to save time, effort, or money, often at the expense of quality, safety, or thoroughness. 22. Cut your losses. Meaning, cut your losses means to minimize or limit further loss or damage by ending or withdrawing from a failing or unprofitable situation. It suggests that it is better to accept a smaller loss now rather than risk greater losses in the future. 23. Cutthroat competition. Meaning, cutthroat competition refers to intense, aggressive, and often ruthless rivalry or competition in which competitors are willing to do anything to gain an advantage over others, regardless of the consequences. It suggests a highly competitive environment with little regard for fair play or cooperation. 24. Cycles of boom and bust. Meaning, cycles of boom and bust refers to the recurring pattern of economic expansion, boom, followed by contraction or recession, bust, in a cyclical manner. It describes the fluctuating nature of economic activity, where periods of growth and prosperity are followed by periods of decline or contraction. Business vocabulary, letter D. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Dance to someone's tune. Meaning, dance to someone's tune means to obediently or subserviently follow someone's instructions or desires, often without question or resistance. It implies being under the control or influence of another person. 2. Dark horse. Meaning, dark horse refers to a person, team, or entity that is relatively unknown, underestimated, or not widely considered a contender, but unexpectedly achieves great success or surpasses expectations. 3. Dead in the water. Meaning, dead in the water refers to a situation or project that has come to a complete stop or is no longer progressing. It suggests a lack of momentum, effectiveness, or viability. 4. Dead wood. Meaning, dead wood refers to people or things that are no longer productive, useful, or contributing to a particular situation or organization. It represents individuals or elements that hinder progress, efficiency, or growth and may need to be removed or replaced. 5. Deal breaker. Meaning, deal breaker refers to a specific issue, condition, or factor that is considered unacceptable or non-negotiable, leading to the termination or abandonment of a deal, agreement, or relationship. 6. Devil's advocate. Meaning, devil's advocate refers to a person who takes a contrary or opposing position in a discussion or debate, not necessarily because they believe in it, but to challenge or test the validity of the prevailing viewpoint. The role of the devil's advocate is to bring forth alternative perspectives, raise critical questions, and foster a more thorough analysis of the topic at hand. 7. Diamond in the rough. Meaning, diamond in the rough refers to something or someone with great potential or value, despite their current rough or unrefined state. It suggests that there is hidden or untapped excellence that may not be immediately apparent. 8. Different ballgame. Meaning, different ballgame refers to a situation or context that is significantly different or distinct from what was previously experienced or discussed. It implies a shift in circumstances or conditions that requires a different approach or mindset. 9. Dog eat dog. Meaning, dog eat dog describes a highly competitive or cutthroat environment where individuals or entities aggressively pursue their own interests without regard for others. It suggests a ruthless and merciless approach where everyone is striving to get ahead, often at the expense of others. 10. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Meaning, don't count your chickens before they hatch advises against making assumptions or being overly confident about a favorable outcome before it actually happens. It cautions against premature celebration or expectations that may not be realized. 11. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Meaning, don't put all your eggs in one basket advises against relying solely on a single investment, opportunity, or course of action. It suggests diversifying and spreading risks by considering multiple options, thereby reducing the potential negative impact of a single failure. 12. Dot the I's and cross the T's. Meaning, dot the I's and cross the T's means to pay careful attention to details, ensuring that every aspect or element is thoroughly addressed or completed correctly. It emphasizes meticulousness and thoroughness in dealing with tasks or obligations. 13. Double-edged sword. Meaning, double-edged sword refers to something that has both positive and negative consequences or effects. It suggests that while something may have advantages or benefits, it also carries inherent risks or drawbacks. 14. Down the drain. Meaning, down the drain refers to a situation where something is wasted, lost, or ruined, often due to poor decisions, mismanagement, or unforeseen circumstances. It implies that efforts, resources, or opportunities have gone to waste without yielding the desired outcome. 15. Down to the wire. Meaning, down to the wire means that something is happening or being decided at the very last moment or just before a deadline. It suggests a situation where there is little time remaining and the outcome is uncertain or highly dependent on the final moments or actions. 16. Draw the line. Meaning, draw the line means to establish a clear boundary, limit, or point beyond which one will not go or tolerate. It implies setting a definitive demarcation between acceptable and unacceptable behavior, actions, or circumstances. 17. Drive a hard bargain. Meaning, drive a hard bargain means to negotiate or haggle aggressively and assertively in order to secure the most favorable deal or terms possible. It implies being shrewd, determined, and unwilling to compromise easily during negotiations. 18. Drive someone up the wall. Meaning, drive someone up the wall means to annoy, frustrate, or irritate someone to the point of exasperation. It describes behavior or circumstances that elicit strong negative emotions or irritation in another person. Her constant nagging and nitpicking really drives her husband up the wall. 19. Drop a bombshell. Meaning, drop a bombshell means to reveal surprising, shocking, or unexpected news or information that has a significant impact on the situation or the people involved. It suggests a sudden and dramatic revelation that disrupts the existing state of affairs. 20. Drop the ball. Meaning, drop the ball means to make a mistake, fail to fulfill a responsibility, or miss an opportunity. It implies a lapse in performance, coordination, or attention that results in an error or failure to meet expectations. 21. Dry run. Meaning, a dry run refers to a practice session or rehearsal that is conducted without the actual or intended consequences. It is a simulation or trial run to test or practice something before it is executed or implemented. 22. Duck soup. Meaning, duck soup refers to something that is very easy, effortless, or uncomplicated to accomplish. It suggests that a task or situation requires minimal effort, skill, or challenge to complete successfully. 23. Dull as dishwater. Meaning, dull as dishwater describes something or someone that is extremely boring, uninteresting, or lacking in excitement. It implies a lack of liveliness, creativity, or engaging qualities. 24. Dust off. Meaning, dust off means to clean or remove dust from something, often after a period of neglect or inactivity. It can also be used figuratively to describe rejuvenating or reviving something that has been ignored or forgotten. 26. Dwindle down. Meaning, dwindle down means to gradually decrease or diminish in size, quantity, intensity, or importance. It implies a gradual decline or reduction over time. Business vocabulary, letter E. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Early adopter. Meaning, early adopter refers to an individual or entity that embraces and adopts new products, technologies, or trends at an early stage or before they become widely adopted by the general public. Early adopters are typically open to innovation, willing to take risks, and eager to explore new possibilities. 2. Early bird catches the worm. Meaning, the early bird catches the worm is an idiom that suggests that those who act promptly or arrive early have an advantage and are more likely to succeed. It emphasizes the benefits of being proactive, taking initiative, and being ahead of others in seizing opportunities. 3. Easy as pie. Meaning, easy as pie is an idiom used to describe a task or activity that is very easy or simple to accomplish. It implies that the task at hand requires little effort or skill and can be done without much difficulty. 4. Eat someone's lunch. Meaning, eat someone's lunch is an idiomatic expression that means to outperform, defeat, or outdo someone, typically in a competitive context. It implies gaining a significant advantage or achieving a superior position over someone else. 5. Egg on your face. Meaning, egg on your face is an idiomatic phrase used to describe a situation in which someone feels embarrassed, humiliated, or foolish due to their own actions or mistakes. It implies a loss of credibility or dignity. 6. Elephant in the room. Meaning, elephant in the room refers to an obvious or sensitive issue or problem that is being ignored or avoided in a particular situation. It implies that there is a topic or matter that everyone is aware of but is not being openly addressed or discussed. 7. Empty promises. Meaning, empty promises refers to pledges, commitments, or assurances that are made without any intention or ability to fulfill them. It suggests that the promises lack sincerity, substance, or genuine intent. 8. End of the line. Meaning, end of the line refers to the point at which progress, development, or a particular situation comes to an end. It signifies reaching a final or definitive stage where further progress or continuation is no longer possible. 9. Endgame. Meaning, endgame refers to the final stage or ultimate objective of a plan, strategy, or process. It signifies the last phase or culmination of a series of actions or events where the desired outcome is expected to be achieved. 10. Energize the team. Meaning, energize the team means to inspire, motivate, or revitalize a group of individuals to increase their energy, enthusiasm, and productivity. It involves taking actions or implementing strategies to boost team morale, engagement, and overall performance. 11. Enter the market. Meaning, enter the market refers to the process of launching or introducing a product, service, or business into a specific market or industry. It involves making the product or service available for sale to customers and establishing a presence and position in the market. 12. Every cloud has a silver lining. Meaning, every cloud has a silver lining is an optimistic idiom that suggests that even in difficult or challenging situations, there is a positive aspect or outcome to be found. It implies that there is a glimmer of hope or something beneficial that can be derived from even the most adverse circumstances. 13. Every man for himself. Meaning, every man for himself is an idiom that suggests a situation in which individuals must act in their own self-interest and look out for themselves, often in a competitive or challenging environment. It implies a lack of cooperation or collective effort, with each person focused on their personal well-being or success. 14. Everything but the kitchen sink. Meaning, everything but the kitchen sink is an expression used to describe a situation where a person or group includes or brings along a vast array of items or things, often more than necessary or practical. It implies an excessive or comprehensive approach that includes nearly everything possible. 15. Exact science. Meaning, exact science refers to a field of study or discipline that is characterized by precise measurements, accurate calculations, and predictable outcomes. It suggests a high level of certainty, precision, and reliability in scientific or technical knowledge. 16. Exceed expectations. Meaning, exceed expectations means to surpass or go beyond what is anticipated or required, often in terms of performance, quality, or results. It implies delivering results or outcomes that are better or higher than what is expected or commonly achieved. 17. Excuse my French. Meaning, excuse my French is a phrase used to apologize or acknowledge the use of offensive or strong language. It is often said immediately after uttering a swear word or a socially inappropriate word or phrase. 18. Execution is key. Meaning, execution is key emphasizes the importance of taking action and implementing plans effectively in order to achieve success. It highlights the idea that the ability to execute and follow through on strategies, projects, or ideas is crucial for achieving desired outcomes. 19. Expand your horizons. Meaning, expand your horizons means to broaden one's knowledge, experiences, or perspectives by exploring new things, stepping outside of one's comfort zone, and seeking opportunities for personal or intellectual growth. 20. Experience is the best teacher. Meaning, experience is the best teacher is a proverbial phrase that suggests first-hand experiences and practical knowledge gained through personal involvement or observation are the most effective means of learning and understanding. 21. Expert in the field. Meaning, expert in the field refers to a person who has extensive knowledge, skill, and experience in a particular area of study or profession. It implies a high level of expertise, specialization, and proficiency in a specific domain. 22. Eye for an eye. Meaning, eye for an eye is a proverb that suggests the concept of retaliation or seeking justice in a manner that corresponds in severity to the offense committed. It implies that punishment or retribution should be equal to the harm caused. 23. Eye on the prize. Meaning, eye on the prize refers to maintaining a focused and unwavering commitment to a specific goal or objective. It implies keeping one's attention, efforts, and determination directed towards achieving a desired outcome, regardless of distractions or obstacles that may arise. 24. Eye-catching. Meaning, eye-catching refers to something that immediately attracts attention or grabs the viewer's or observer's eye. It implies that the object or element is visually appealing, striking, or attention-grabbing. Business vocabulary, letter F. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Face the music. Meaning, face the music means to confront or accept the consequences, especially of one's actions or decisions. It implies taking responsibility and dealing with a difficult or unpleasant situation without trying to avoid or escape it. 2. Face value. Meaning, face value refers to the apparent or surface meaning of something, without taking into account deeper or hidden aspects. It implies accepting something as it appears without questioning or analyzing it further. 3. Fair and square. Meaning, fair and square means to act or compete in a just, honest, and straightforward manner. It implies adhering to the principles of fairness, equity, and integrity without resorting to deception or unfair advantages. 4. Fair shake. Meaning, fair shake means to give someone a fair or equitable opportunity, treatment, or chance. It implies treating someone fairly and without bias or prejudice. 5. False alarm. Meaning, false alarm refers to a situation where an alarm or warning is raised, indicating a potential danger or problem, but it turns out to be a false or mistaken alarm. It implies an unnecessary or unwarranted alarm or panic caused by a misunderstanding or error. 6. Fast and loose. Meaning, fast and loose refers to behaving in an irresponsible, reckless, or unreliable manner. It implies a lack of adherence to rules, principles, or commitments. 7. Fast track. Meaning, fast track refers to a method or process that allows for rapid progress, advancement, or completion of a task or goal. It implies taking an accelerated or expedited route to achieve desired outcomes within a shorter time frame. 8. Feather in your cap. Meaning, feather in your cap refers to an achievement or accomplishment that one can be proud of and use to enhance their reputation or standing. It implies a notable success or recognition that adds to one's personal or professional achievements. 9. Feed the pipeline. Meaning, feed the pipeline means to continuously generate or secure a steady flow of prospects, opportunities, or resources to sustain future growth or success. It implies consistently filling the pipeline with potential leads, customers, or resources to ensure a continuous stream of business or progress. 10. Fight fire with fire. Meaning, fight fire with fire means to combat or respond to a problem or challenge using the same or similar methods or tactics that are being used against you. It implies matching or countering aggression, hostility, or negativity with a similar approach. 11. Fish or cut bait. Meaning, fish or cut bait is an idiomatic expression that encourages someone to make a decision or take action rather than remaining indecisive or inactive. It implies the need to choose between two options, either engage fully and commit to a course of action or withdraw and abandon the endeavor. 12. Fit the bill. Meaning, fit the bill means to meet the requirements or expectations of a particular situation or need. It implies that someone or something is well suited or appropriate for a specific purpose or role. 13. Flash in the pan. Meaning, flash in the pan refers to something or someone that shows great promise or initial success but fails to maintain or fulfill that potential over the long term. It implies a brief or temporary burst of achievement or excitement that quickly fades away. 14. Flip the script. Meaning, flip the script means to change the course of events, shift perspectives, or reverse a situation or narrative. It implies taking a different approach or introducing a new perspective to bring about a significant change. 15. Fly by night. Meaning, fly by night refers to something or someone that is unreliable, lacking stability, or involved in questionable activities. It implies a lack of permanence, trustworthiness, or commitment. Note, fly-by-night is often used to describe businesses, individuals, or practices that are considered untrustworthy, fleeting, or likely to disappear quickly. 16. Follow suit. Meaning, follow suit means to imitate or emulate the actions, behavior, or decisions of others, especially when they are successful or influential. It implies aligning with the same course of action or adopting a similar approach. 17. Follow your gut. Meaning, follow your gut means to trust your instincts or intuition when making decisions or taking actions. It suggests that relying on one's inner feelings or intuition can lead to wise choices or accurate judgments, even in the absence of concrete evidence or logical reasoning. 18. Foot in the door. Meaning, foot in the door refers to gaining an initial or small opportunity or connection that can potentially lead to further or greater opportunities in the future. It suggests starting with a small step or entry point to establish a relationship or initiate progress towards a larger goal. 19. Foot the bill. Meaning, foot the bill means to bear the financial responsibility or cost of something. It implies paying for or covering the expenses or charges associated with a particular event, purchase, or undertaking. 20. For the long haul. Meaning, for the long haul means being committed or dedicated to something for an extended period of time, often with the understanding that it may involve challenges or difficulties. It implies a willingness to persist and endure in pursuit of a long-term goal or objective. 21. Fork in the road. Meaning, fork in the road refers to a critical point or decision where one must choose between two different options or paths. It represents a moment of significant choice or divergence, often with important consequences or implications. 22. Fortune favors the bold. Meaning, fortune favors the bold is an idiom that suggests those who take risks or are daring in their pursuits are more likely to be successful or fortunate. It implies that being bold and courageous can lead to favorable outcomes or opportunities. 23. Full steam ahead. Meaning, full steam ahead means to proceed or progress with maximum effort, energy, or intensity. It suggests moving forward at full speed without hesitation or delay. 24. Funny business. Meaning, funny business refers to dishonest, suspicious, or deceitful behavior. It implies actions that are questionable, unconventional, or not in line with proper standards or norms. Business vocabulary, letter G. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Get down to business. Meaning, get down to business means to start focusing on the task at hand or to begin working on something in a serious and dedicated manner. It implies shifting one's attention and energy towards the primary objective or purpose. 2. Get the green light. Meaning, get the green light means to receive approval, permission, or authorization to proceed with a particular action, project, or plan. It implies being given the go-ahead or clearance to move forward. 3. Get the hang of it. Meaning, get the hang of it means to become familiar with or understand something, typically after some practice or experience. It implies gaining proficiency, competence, or a better grasp of a skill, concept, or task. 4. Get your foot in the door. Meaning, get your foot in the door means to establish an initial or introductory connection or opportunity that can lead to further progress, advancement, or success. It implies gaining entry or access to a desired situation or industry, often with the intention of pursuing future opportunities. 5. Give it a go. Meaning, give it a go means to try or attempt something, often with a sense of willingness, enthusiasm, or curiosity. It implies giving something a chance or making an effort to see how it turns out. 6. Give someone the green light. Meaning, give someone the green light means to authorize, approve, or grant permission for someone to proceed with a specific action, project, or plan. It implies providing the necessary clearance or affirmation for someone to move forward. 7. Give someone the nod. Meaning, give someone the nod means to indicate approval, agreement, or recognition to someone. It implies acknowledging someone's efforts, ideas, or presence in a positive way. 8. Go above and beyond. Meaning, go above and beyond means to make an extra effort, exceed expectations, or do more than what is required or expected. It implies going the extra mile to achieve a higher level of performance or provide exceptional service. 9. Go all out. Meaning, go all out means to put forth maximum effort, energy, or resources into something. It implies giving one's absolute best or making a complete and determined commitment to achieve a goal or desired outcome. 10. Go back to the drawing board. Meaning, go back to the drawing board means to start over or begin again from the beginning, typically because previous efforts or plans have been unsuccessful, flawed, or need to be reconsidered. 11. Go for broke. Meaning, go for broke means to take a risk or make an all-out effort, often involving a high degree of commitment, determination, or willingness to sacrifice, with the aim of achieving a great success or outcome. Note, go for broke conveys a sense of boldness, daring, and the willingness to put everything on the line in pursuit of a significant victory or accomplishment. 12. Go hand in hand. Meaning, go hand in hand means to be closely connected, correlated, or dependent on each other. It implies that two or more things or concepts are intimately linked and often occur or develop together. 13. Go off the rails. Meaning, go off the rails means to go out of control or become chaotic, deviating from the planned or expected course of action. It implies a loss of direction, organization, or stability. 14. Go out on a limb. Meaning, go out on a limb means to take a risky or bold action, often involving personal vulnerability or exposing oneself to criticism, in order to support a particular idea, belief, or cause. 15. Go the distance. Meaning, go the distance means to persevere, make a sustained effort, or continue until a task or goal is completed, regardless of challenges, obstacles, or difficulties along the way. 16. Gold mine. Meaning, gold mine refers to a rich source of valuable resources, opportunities, or information that can bring great success, wealth, or benefit. 17. Good as gold. Meaning, good as gold means extremely reliable, trustworthy, or genuine. It indicates someone or something that can be counted on and is highly dependable. 18. Got your back. Meaning, got your back means to provide support, protection, or assistance to someone, especially in challenging or difficult situations. It signifies being there for someone and having their best interests in mind. 19. Grab the bull by the horns. Meaning, grab the bull by the horns means to face a difficult or challenging situation directly and with determination. It implies taking decisive action and confronting a problem head-on. 20. Grab the bull by the horns. Meaning, grab the bull by the horns means to face a difficult or challenging situation directly and with determination. It implies taking decisive action and confronting a problem head-on. 21. Great minds think alike. Meaning, great minds think alike is a saying that suggests intelligent or like-minded individuals often have similar thoughts, ideas, or solutions to a problem. It implies that people with shared knowledge or expertise are likely to reach similar conclusions. 22. Green-collar worker. Meaning, a green-collar worker refers to an individual employed in a job or industry related to environmental sustainability and the development or implementation of clean and renewable technologies. Green-collar jobs are typically focused on promoting environmental responsibility, reducing carbon footprints, and supporting the transition to a more sustainable economy. 23. Gray area. Meaning, gray area refers to a situation or topic that is not clearly defined or falls between two distinct categories. It is characterized by uncertainty, ambiguity, or lack of clarity, making it difficult to determine right from wrong or draw clear boundaries. 24. Groundbreaking. Meaning, groundbreaking refers to something innovative, pioneering, or revolutionary. It describes an idea, discovery, or action that brings about significant change or sets a new standard in a particular field. 25. Gut check. Meaning, gut check refers to a moment of self-assessment or reflection, particularly when faced with a challenging situation or decision. It involves taking a deep look within oneself and relying on instinct or intuition to make a judgment or decision. Business vocabulary, letter H. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Hammer out a deal. Meaning, hammer out a deal means to negotiate or work out an agreement through discussion, compromise, and resolution of differences. It implies the process of reaching a mutually satisfactory agreement or arrangement, often involving active communication and problem solving. 2. Hand in glove. Meaning, hand in glove refers to a close and harmonious relationship between two or more entities, where they work closely together and complement each other. It implies a strong connection or compatibility, often resulting in a mutually beneficial collaboration or partnership. 3. Hands tied. Meaning, hands tied refers to a situation where someone's ability to act or make decisions is limited or restricted due to various constraints, obligations, or external factors. It implies a lack of freedom or autonomy to take action or make choices. 4. Hang in the balance. Meaning, hang in the balance refers to a situation where the outcome or resolution is uncertain or undecided. It implies that the final result or decision is yet to be determined and could go either way. The outcome is in a delicate or critical state, and it could tip in favor of one outcome or the other. 5. Hard and fast. Meaning, hard and fast refers to strict and inflexible rules, guidelines, or principles that are firmly established and must be adhered to without exceptions or compromises. It implies a rigid or unyielding approach that allows no room for negotiation or flexibility. 6. Hard sell. Meaning, hard sell refers to a persuasive and aggressive sales or marketing technique aimed at convincing someone to make a purchase or accept an idea or proposition. It involves using forceful or high-pressure tactics to promote a product, service, or concept. 7. Head honcho. Meaning, head honcho is an informal term used to refer to the person in charge, the leader, or the top executive in an organization or group. It denotes someone who holds a position of authority, power, or high rank. 8. Heavy hitter. Meaning, heavy hitter refers to a person who is influential, powerful, or highly successful in a particular field or industry. It implies that the individual has a significant impact, possesses exceptional skills, or wields considerable authority. 9. Hidden agenda. Meaning, hidden agenda refers to a secret or ulterior motive or intention that is not openly disclosed or shared with others. It implies that someone has an underlying purpose or objective that they are keeping concealed while appearing to have different intentions. 10. High and dry. Meaning, high and dry refers to a situation where someone is left in a difficult or vulnerable position, often without any assistance or support. It suggests being abandoned, stranded, or left without resources or help. 11. High stakes. Meaning, high stakes refers to a situation where there is a lot to gain or lose, often involving significant risks or potential rewards. It implies that the outcome or consequences of a particular situation, decision, or event are of great importance. 12. Hit a home run. Meaning, hit a home run is an idiom often used in a figurative sense to describe a remarkable or highly successful achievement. It refers to accomplishing something with great success or achieving a significant goal or outcome. 13. Hold all the cards. Meaning, hold all the cards means to be in a position of advantage or control, having the power or resources to determine the outcome of a situation. It suggests having the upper hand or possessing the necessary leverage or authority. 14. Hold the fort. Meaning, hold the fort is an idiom used to indicate the act of maintaining order, stability, or control over a situation or place in someone's absence. It means to remain in charge and keep things under control until that person returns. 15. Holding pattern. Meaning, holding pattern refers to a situation where there is a temporary pause or delay in progress or action. It implies a state of waiting or remaining in a particular position until further instructions or developments occur. 16. Hook, line, and sinker. Meaning, hook, line, and sinker is an idiomatic expression that means completely and unquestioningly falling for or believing something, usually in a gullible or uncritical manner. It implies being easily deceived or convinced by something without questioning its validity or considering alternative perspectives. 17. Horse trading. Meaning, horse trading refers to negotiations or bargaining, often involving complex or shrewd exchanges, where people engage in strategic give and take to reach an agreement. It implies skillful or sometimes unscrupulous bargaining or deal-making, where concessions or compromises are made to achieve desired outcomes. 18. Hot seat. Meaning, hot seat is an idiomatic expression used to describe a situation where someone is under intense scrutiny, pressure, or criticism. It implies being in a position where one is subject to intense questioning or close observation, often related to a high-stakes or challenging situation. 19. House of cards. Meaning, house of cards refers to a situation or structure that is fragile, unstable, or likely to collapse easily. It suggests that even a slight disturbance or disruption can lead to a complete breakdown or failure of the system or situation. 20. Human capital. Meaning, human capital refers to the collective skills, knowledge, experience, and abilities of individuals in a workforce. It represents the value that people bring to organizations or economies through their talents, expertise, and potential for productivity. 21. Hung out to dry. Meaning, hung out to dry refers to leaving someone in a difficult or vulnerable position without any support or assistance. It implies abandoning or neglecting someone who is in need or facing challenges, leaving them to deal with the situation on their own. 22. Hurdles to overcome. Meaning, hurdles to overcome refers to the challenges, obstacles, or barriers that need to be addressed or surmounted in order to achieve a goal or desired outcome. It implies that there are difficulties or setbacks that must be faced and successfully managed in order to make progress or achieve success. 23. Hush-hush. Meaning, hush-hush refers to something that is kept secret or confidential, usually to maintain privacy, avoid public attention, or protect sensitive information. It implies a need for discretion and not discussing or revealing certain details or information to others. 24. Hustle and bustle. Meaning, hustle and bustle refers to a busy, energetic, and fast-paced environment characterized by a lot of activity and noise. It conveys a sense of lively and frenetic movement, usually associated with crowded or bustling urban areas. 25. Hypothetical scenario. Meaning, a hypothetical scenario refers to a situation or set of circumstances that are imagined or assumed, rather than based on actual facts or events. It is often used for the purpose of discussion, analysis, or speculation to explore various possibilities or outcomes. Business vocabulary, letter I. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. In the black. Meaning, in the black is a financial term used to describe a positive financial situation, particularly when a business or organization is profitable or has a positive net income. It indicates that the revenues or income exceed the expenses or costs, resulting in a surplus or profit. 2. In the driver's seat. Meaning, in the driver's seat means to be in control or in a position of authority or influence. It implies having the power or ability to make decisions and determine the course of events. 3. In the loop. Meaning, in the loop means to be informed or included in the latest information, updates, or decisions regarding a particular matter or situation. It suggests being knowledgeable about what is happening and having access to relevant information. 4. In the red. Meaning, in the red is a financial term used to describe a negative financial situation, particularly when a business or organization is operating at a loss or has a negative net income. It indicates that the expenses or costs exceed the revenues or income, resulting in a deficit. 5. In the spotlight. Meaning, in the spotlight means to be the center of attention or under intense public scrutiny. It refers to being in a prominent position where one's actions, achievements, or behavior are highly visible and subject to observation, criticism, or praise. 6. In the trenches. Meaning, in the trenches refers to being actively and directly involved in challenging or difficult work, often in a hands-on and intensive manner. It implies being on the front lines, dealing with the practical, demanding, and often gritty aspects of a task or situation. 7. In the weeds. Meaning, in the weeds is an expression used to describe a situation where one is overwhelmed, swamped, or facing difficulties, often due to being overloaded with work or having to handle complex and challenging tasks. It suggests being caught up in the details or intricacies of a situation, making it difficult to stay on top of things or make progress. 8. In the works. Meaning, in the works means that something is currently being planned, developed, or worked on. It suggests that a project, idea, or activity is in progress and underway but may not be completed or ready yet. 9. In your corner. Meaning, in your corner means to have someone's support, backing, or advocacy, particularly in a challenging situation. It suggests having someone on your side who is ready to offer assistance, encouragement, or protection. 10. In your element. Meaning, in your element refers to a state or situation where someone feels comfortable, confident, and fully capable. It implies being in a context or environment that aligns with one's strengths, interests, or natural abilities, allowing them to perform at their best. 11. Ins and outs. Meaning, ins and outs refers to the intricate details, complexities, or inner workings of a particular situation, task, or system. It implies having a comprehensive understanding of all the aspects, nuances, or requirements involved. 12. Inside track. Meaning, inside track refers to having an advantageous position or privileged access to information, resources, or opportunities. It suggests being in a favorable position that provides an edge or advantage over others. 13. Iron out the details. Meaning, iron out the details means to resolve or clarify the specific aspects, issues, or finer points of a plan, agreement, or situation. It involves addressing any uncertainties, discrepancies, or potential problems to ensure that everything is clear, agreed upon, and well-defined. 14. Ironclad contract. Meaning, ironclad contract refers to a legally binding agreement or contract that is highly secure, strong, and resistant to challenge or breach. It suggests that the terms and conditions of the contract are clear, well-defined, and enforceable, leaving no room for ambiguity or loopholes. 15. Itchy feet. Meaning, itchy feet is an idiomatic expression that refers to a strong desire or restlessness to travel, explore, or experience new things. It implies a sense of wanderlust or a longing for change and adventure. 16. It's a done deal. Meaning, it's a done deal means that an agreement, decision, or negotiation has been successfully concluded and is considered final or irrevocable. It indicates that all parties involved have reached a consensus or resolution, and there is no further need for discussion or negotiation. 17. It's a no-brainer. Meaning, it's a no-brainer refers to a decision or choice that is extremely easy, obvious, or straightforward. It implies that little or no mental effort or analysis is required to make the decision because the answer or solution is self-evident. 18. It's crunch time. Meaning, it's crunch time refers to a critical or decisive period when a situation or task requires intense effort, focus, and productivity. It often signifies that a deadline is approaching, and there is a sense of urgency to complete the work or achieve a specific outcome. 19. It's make or break. Meaning, it's make or break refers to a critical moment or situation that will determine the success or failure of a particular endeavor. It implies that the outcome of the situation will have a significant impact on the future trajectory or viability of the project, goal, or relationship. 20. It's on the horizon. Meaning, it's on the horizon refers to something that is approaching or becoming visible, typically in the context of an upcoming event, development, or change. It implies that the mentioned thing is looming or becoming more noticeable, suggesting that it will soon occur or become a significant factor. 21. It's showtime. Meaning, it's showtime is an expression used to indicate that a significant event or moment has arrived and it is time to perform or showcase one's abilities. It is often used to create a sense of excitement or anticipation before a performance, presentation, or important task. 22. It's sink or swim. Meaning, it's sink or swim refers to a situation where one must either succeed or fail completely, without any middle ground or safety net. It implies that there is no room for hesitation or uncertainty, and one must take action and adapt quickly to survive or succeed. 23. It's the bottom line. Meaning, it's the bottom line refers to the most important or crucial aspect of a situation, decision, or outcome. It emphasizes the essential or ultimate factor that determines success, profitability, or the overall result. 24. Ivory tower. Meaning, ivory tower refers to a metaphorical place or state of being where individuals, typically academics, intellectuals, or experts, are isolated from the practical or real-world concerns, experiences, or challenges of everyday life. It implies a disconnection from the realities and practicalities of the outside world, often associated with a lack of practical knowledge or understanding. 25. Ivory tower thinking. Meaning, ivory tower thinking refers to a mindset or approach characterized by a detached or idealistic perspective that is disconnected from practical realities or the concerns of everyday life. It often implies a focus on abstract theories, ideas, or intellectual pursuits without considering the practical implications or real-world applications. Business vocabulary, letter J. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Jack of all trades. Meaning, jack of all trades refers to a person who has a wide range of skills or abilities, although they may not be a master in any specific field. This phrase is often used to describe someone who is versatile, adaptable, and competent in various tasks or areas of expertise. 2. Jam-packed schedule. Meaning, jam-packed schedule describes a schedule or agenda that is completely filled, leaving little or no room for additional activities or appointments. It implies a busy, overloaded, or tightly packed itinerary with numerous commitments and engagements. 3. Jargon-laden conversation. Meaning, jargon-laden conversation refers to a discussion or dialogue that is filled with specialized or technical language, terms, or expressions that are specific to a particular profession, industry, or field of expertise. It implies the use of terminology that may be unfamiliar or difficult to understand for individuals who are not well versed in the subject matter. 4. Jaws of defeat. Meaning, jaws of defeat refers to a situation or moment when failure or defeat seems imminent or unavoidable. It conveys the idea of being trapped or on the verge of a negative outcome. 5. Jeopardize the deal. Meaning, jeopardize the deal means to put the successful outcome or completion of a business agreement, negotiation, or transaction at risk. It implies actions, circumstances, or decisions that could potentially undermine or compromise the chances of reaching a favorable resolution or achieving the desired results. 6. Jewel in the crown. Meaning, jewel in the crown refers to a highly valuable, exceptional, or prized possession or element within a collection, system, or organization. It represents something of great importance, excellence, or prestige that stands out among others. 7. Jewel of the industry. Meaning, jewel of the industry refers to a company, product, service, or individual that is considered exceptional, highly esteemed, or outstanding in its respective industry or field. It suggests excellence, distinction, and being a prime example or benchmark of success within a particular sector. 8. Job security. Meaning, job security refers to the assurance or confidence that one's employment is stable and unlikely to be terminated or affected by factors such as layoffs, economic downturns, or organizational changes. It implies a sense of stability and protection in one's employment. 9. Jockey for position. Meaning, jockey for position refers to the competitive maneuvering or strategic efforts made by individuals or groups to gain an advantageous or favorable position relative to others. It implies engaging in tactics or actions to improve one's standing, often in a competitive or hierarchical context. 10. Join forces. Meaning, join forces means to unite, collaborate, or work together with others to achieve a common goal or purpose. It implies combining resources, efforts, or expertise for mutual benefit and increased effectiveness. 11. Join the ranks. Meaning, join the ranks means to become a member or part of a particular group, organization, profession, or category. It implies joining others who share similar roles, positions, or interests, and actively participating in their activities or pursuing common goals. 12. Joint venture. Meaning, a joint venture refers to a business or economic arrangement in which two or more parties come together to undertake a specific project or business activity. It involves sharing resources, risks, responsibilities, and profits in a collaborative partnership. 13. Jolt of energy. Meaning, jolt of energy refers to a sudden surge or boost of physical or mental energy. It implies a sudden increase in vitality, enthusiasm, or alertness, often resulting from a stimulant, motivation, or external factor. 14. Jolt the system. Meaning, jolt the system means to make a sudden, impactful, and often disruptive change or intervention in an established system, process, or situation. It implies shaking things up to bring about significant improvements, reforms, or adjustments. 15. Journey of 1,000 miles. Meaning, journey of 1,000 miles is a metaphorical expression derived from the famous quote by Lao Tzu, emphasizing the significance of starting small and persisting in order to achieve a larger, long-term goal. It signifies that great achievements or accomplishments require perseverance and consistent effort, even if they seem daunting at the outset. 16. Judge a book by its cover. Meaning, judge a book by its cover means to form an opinion or make a judgment about something or someone based solely on external appearances, without considering the underlying substance or true nature. 17. Judge the market. Meaning, judge the market refers to the act of evaluating or assessing the market conditions, trends, and factors that may impact a product, service, or business. It involves analyzing market dynamics to make informed decisions or predictions about consumer demand, competition, pricing, and other relevant factors. 18. Juggle multiple tasks. Meaning, juggle multiple tasks refers to the act of managing or handling several tasks, responsibilities, or obligations simultaneously or in quick succession. It implies the need to skillfully balance and prioritize different demands. 19. Jump on the bandwagon. Meaning, jump on the bandwagon means to join or support a popular trend, idea, or cause, especially when it becomes widely accepted or successful. It refers to the act of following what others are doing or supporting something because it is popular or fashionable. 20. Jump ship. Meaning, jump ship means to leave or abandon one's current position, organization, or group, especially when facing difficulties, challenges, or unfavorable circumstances. It refers to the act of switching loyalty or leaving a situation for a potentially better one. 21. Jump through hoops. Meaning, jump through hoops means to go through a series of challenging or demanding tasks or requirements in order to achieve a desired outcome. It suggests going to great lengths, making significant efforts, or enduring hardships to meet specific expectations or standards. 22. Jumpstart the project. Meaning, jumpstart the project means to initiate, begin, or launch a project with a burst of energy, enthusiasm, or accelerated progress. It implies taking decisive actions to kickstart and propel the project forward. 23. Just around the corner. Meaning, just around the corner refers to something that is imminent or about to happen soon. It indicates that something is very close in time or distance, suggesting that it will occur in the near future. 24. Just in time. Meaning, just in time means that something happens or is completed at the last possible moment, precisely when it is needed or expected. It implies that the timing is perfectly synchronized or coordinated with a particular event or requirement. 25. Just the ticket. Meaning, just the ticket means that something is exactly what is needed or desired in a particular situation. It suggests that the item, action, or solution is perfectly suitable or appropriate to fulfill a specific requirement or preference. Business vocabulary, letter K. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Keep a low profile. Meaning, keep a low profile means to avoid drawing attention to oneself or to maintain a discreet and unassuming presence. It involves behaving in a modest and inconspicuous manner, especially in situations where it is advisable to avoid attracting unwanted attention or scrutiny. 2. Keep an eye on. Meaning, keep an eye on means to watch, monitor, or pay close attention to someone or something. It involves being vigilant and observant in order to stay informed about developments, changes, or potential issues. 3. Keep pace. Meaning, keep pace means to maintain or match the speed, progress, or level of activity of others or a particular situation. It implies staying on par or staying in sync with the current pace or expectations. 4. Keep the ball rolling. Meaning, keep the ball rolling means to maintain or continue the progress, momentum, or activity of a project, task, or situation. It implies the need to sustain the forward motion or energy in order to achieve the desired outcome. 5. Keep up appearances. Meaning, keep up appearances means to maintain a certain image or outward perception, often in spite of underlying difficulties, problems, or challenges. It involves presenting oneself or one's situation in a way that gives the impression of success, normalcy, or stability, even if the reality may be different. 6. Keep up with the Joneses. Meaning, keep up with the Joneses refers to the act of trying to match or surpass the material possessions, social status, or achievements of others, especially those in one's community or social circle. It implies a desire to be perceived as equally successful or affluent as others and often involves making purchases or engaging in activities solely for the purpose of keeping up appearances. 7. Keep your cards close to your chest. Meaning, keep your cards close to your chest means to keep one's plans, intentions, or personal information confidential or secret. It involves being cautious about sharing details with others and exercising discretion to protect one's interests or advantage. 8. Keep your chin up. Meaning, keep your chin up is an idiomatic expression that encourages someone to stay positive, resilient, and optimistic, especially in the face of challenges, setbacks, or adversity. It is a metaphorical way of telling someone to maintain a positive attitude and not let difficulties bring them down. 9. Keep your ducks in a row. Meaning, keep your ducks in a row means to be organized, prepared, and in control of all the necessary details or elements of a situation. It refers to ensuring that everything is properly arranged, coordinated, or managed to achieve a desired outcome. 10. Keep your nose to the grindstone. Meaning, keep your nose to the grindstone means to work diligently, persistently, and with great focus. It implies staying dedicated and committed to a task or goal, often involving hard work, perseverance, and a strong work ethic. 11. Key player. Meaning, key player refers to an individual or entity who plays a crucial or significant role in a particular situation, group, or activity. They are essential, influential, or indispensable contributors who have a substantial impact on the outcome or success of the endeavor. 12. Key to success. Meaning, key to success refers to the essential factors, strategies, or elements that are crucial for achieving success in a particular endeavor. It implies that these elements play a fundamental or central role in determining the positive outcome or achievement of goals. 13. Kick off. Meaning, kick off means to begin or start something, especially an event, project, or activity. It is often used to describe the initial launch or initiation of a particular endeavor. 14. Kickstart a project. Meaning, kickstart a project means to initiate or begin a project with energy, enthusiasm, and momentum. It involves taking action to get a project off the ground, often by providing the necessary resources, motivation, or support. 15. Kill two birds with one stone. Meaning, kill two birds with one stone means to achieve two objectives or complete two tasks with a single action or effort. It implies maximizing efficiency or productivity by addressing multiple goals simultaneously. 16. Kink in the system. Meaning, kink in the system refers to a problem, flaw, or disruption in a process, plan, or system that hinders its smooth operation or progress. It suggests a deviation or irregularity that needs to be addressed or resolved in order to restore functionality or efficiency. 17. Kit and caboodle. Meaning, kit and caboodle refers to everything or all the necessary items or elements related to a particular situation, group, or collection. It is a phrase used to indicate the entirety or completeness of something, often emphasizing the inclusion of every relevant component. 18. Knife-edge decision. Meaning, knife-edge decision refers to a critical or delicate decision that is difficult to make due to the potential consequences or impact involved. It suggests that the decision hangs in the balance, with very little margin for error or uncertainty, and requires careful consideration or assessment before reaching a conclusion. 19. Knock it out of the park. Meaning, knock it out of the park means to achieve a remarkable or exceptional success. It originates from baseball, where hitting a ball out of the park results in a home run. It implies surpassing expectations, delivering outstanding results, or making a significant impact. 20. Knock on wood. Meaning, knock on wood is an idiom used to express a desire for good luck or to ward off bad luck. It is often done by physically tapping or knocking on wood. The belief behind this phrase is that by acknowledging good fortune or expressing hope for it, one can avoid tempting fate or jinxing a favorable situation. 21. Know the drill. Meaning, know the drill is an idiomatic expression that means to be familiar with or knowledgeable about a particular routine, procedure, or set of instructions. It implies understanding what needs to be done in a given situation based on previous experience or knowledge. 22. Know the ropes. Meaning, know the ropes means to be familiar with or knowledgeable about the procedures, practices, or intricacies of a particular task, job, or situation. It suggests having experience, understanding, and competence in a specific field or activity. Business Vocabulary, Letter L. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Land a deal. Meaning, land a deal refers to successfully securing or closing a business agreement, negotiation, or transaction. It implies achieving a favorable outcome or reaching an agreement that satisfies all parties involved. 2. Last-ditch effort. Meaning, last-ditch effort refers to a final attempt or action made when all other options have been exhausted or when there is little hope of success. It is a desperate or final measure taken in a dire or critical situation. 3. Lay all your cards on the table. Meaning, lay all your cards on the table means to openly and honestly disclose all relevant information, facts, or intentions in a situation. It implies being transparent and not holding back any crucial details or secrets. 4. Lead the pack. Meaning, lead the pack means to be at the forefront or in a position of leadership among others. It implies being ahead of the competition, setting the standard, or being the best in a particular field or area. 5. Leap of faith. Meaning, leap of faith refers to taking a significant risk or making a decision based on trust and confidence rather than concrete evidence or guarantees. It involves placing trust in something or someone without knowing the exact outcome or having complete certainty. 6. Learn the ropes. Meaning, learn the ropes means to acquire the necessary knowledge, skills, or understanding to become proficient or knowledgeable in a particular field or activity. It implies gaining familiarity with the fundamental aspects or procedures of a task or role. 7. Leave no stone unturned. Meaning, leave no stone unturned means to make every possible effort or take every available action to achieve a desired outcome. It implies thoroughness, persistence, and a commitment to exploring all possibilities or options. 8. Leave your mark. Meaning, leave your mark means to make a lasting impact or impression, often through one's actions, achievements, or contributions. It suggests leaving a significant and memorable influence or legacy behind. 9. Level the playing field. Meaning, level the playing field means to create fair and equal conditions or opportunities for all participants. It implies removing disadvantages or advantages that may exist, ensuring a fair competition or situation. 10. Light at the end of the tunnel. Meaning, light at the end of the tunnel refers to a positive or hopeful outlook in a challenging or difficult situation. It suggests that even in the midst of hardships or struggles, there is a glimpse of optimism or relief on the horizon. 11. Like a well-oiled machine. Meaning, like a well-oiled machine describes a process, system, or team that operates smoothly, efficiently, and with coordination. It implies that everything is functioning seamlessly and effectively, with each component or member working in harmony. 12. Line of fire. Meaning, line of fire refers to a position or situation where someone is exposed to potential danger, criticism, or scrutiny. It is often used metaphorically to describe being in a position where one is vulnerable to attack, criticism, or negative consequences. 13. Live and breathe. Meaning, live and breathe means to be deeply passionate about or devoted to something, to the extent that it becomes an integral part of one's life and identity. It implies a strong and unwavering dedication or commitment. 14. Lock horns. Meaning, lock horns means to engage in a fierce or contentious argument, conflict, or disagreement with someone. It implies a clash of opinions, ideas, or interests that often results in a confrontational or competitive situation. 15. Long shot. Meaning, long shot refers to something that has a very small chance of success or achievement. It implies a situation or attempt that is unlikely to be successful but is still worth pursuing. 16. Long-term strategy. Meaning, long-term strategy refers to a carefully planned and structured approach that focuses on achieving goals or objectives over an extended period. It implies considering future outcomes, sustainability, and consistent progress over time. 17. Look before you leap. Meaning, look before you leap advises taking a cautious and thoughtful approach before making a decision or taking action. It emphasizes the importance of considering the potential consequences or risks involved before proceeding. 18. Look out for number one. Meaning, look out for number one means to prioritize oneself and one's own interests above others. It suggests a self-focused or self-centered approach to life where one takes care of their own needs and welfare before considering others. 19. Lose ground. Meaning, lose ground means to experience a decline in progress, status, or influence. It suggests losing an advantageous position or falling behind in a competitive situation. 20. Lost in the shuffle. Meaning, lost in the shuffle refers to being overlooked or neglected amidst a busy or chaotic situation. It implies that someone or something has been unintentionally disregarded or forgotten due to a lack of attention or focus. 21. Lower the bar. Meaning, lower the bar means to decrease or reduce expectations, standards, or requirements. It implies setting less demanding or ambitious goals or criteria. 22. Low-hanging fruit. Meaning, low-hanging fruit refers to tasks, opportunities, or goals that are easily achievable or readily accessible with minimal effort or resources. It suggests focusing on the most straightforward or immediate targets for quick wins. 23. Lucky break. Meaning, lucky break refers to an unexpected or fortunate opportunity or event that brings about positive outcomes. It signifies a stroke of luck or chance that benefits someone's circumstances or endeavors. 24. Lucky streak. Meaning, lucky streak refers to a period of continuous good fortune or success. It suggests a series of positive outcomes or favorable circumstances happening in a sequence. 25. Lunch and learn. Meaning, lunch and learn is a learning or training session that takes place during a lunch break or mealtime. It involves employees or participants gathering to have lunch together while also receiving educational or informative presentations or discussions. Business vocabulary, letter M. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Make a move. Meaning, make a move means to take action or to initiate a step toward a particular goal or objective. It implies making a decision or starting an action in order to progress or advance in a situation. 2. Make a name for yourself. Meaning, make a name for yourself means to establish a reputation or become well known and respected for one's achievements, skills, or contributions. It implies gaining recognition, visibility, and success in a particular field or endeavor. 3. Make ends meet. Meaning, make ends meet means to manage one's finances in a way that allows for basic needs and expenses to be covered. It refers to maintaining a financial balance or equilibrium where one's income is sufficient to cover essential expenses. 4. Make hay while the sun shines. Meaning, make hay while the sun shines means to take advantage of an opportunity or favorable circumstances when they arise. It implies making the most of a situation or making productive use of one's time, resources, or opportunities. 5. Make headway. Meaning, make headway means to make progress or advancement toward a goal or objective. It implies moving forward, overcoming obstacles, and achieving tangible results. 6. Make it big. Meaning, make it big means to achieve great success, recognition, or fame in a particular field or endeavor. It is often associated with accomplishing something significant or reaching a high level of accomplishment. 7. Make or break. Meaning, make or break refers to a critical situation or decision that has the potential to lead to success or failure. It suggests that the outcome of a particular event or choice will have a significant impact on future prospects or results. 8. Make the grade. Meaning, make the grade means to meet the expected standards or requirements, especially in academic or performance-related contexts. It implies achieving a satisfactory level of performance, competence, or success. 9. Make things happen. Meaning, make things happen means to take action or initiative to achieve desired results or outcomes. It implies being proactive, resourceful, and influential in bringing about change or progress. 10. Make waves. Meaning, make waves means to cause a significant impact, create a disturbance, or bring about notable changes or disruptions in a particular situation or environment. It involves taking action that attracts attention, challenges the status quo, or generates a reaction. 11. Meet halfway. Meaning, meet halfway means to reach a compromise or agreement by each party making concessions or adjustments, finding a middle ground, and accommodating the needs or perspectives of all involved. 12. Meet halfway. Meaning, meet halfway means to reach a compromise or agreement by each party making concessions or adjustments, finding a middle ground, and accommodating the needs or perspectives of all involved. 13. Mind your own business. Meaning, mind your own business is an idiomatic expression that advises someone to focus on their own affairs, concerns, or responsibilities and avoid interfering in or being overly curious about the affairs of others. 14. Money talks. Meaning, money talks means that financial resources or wealth have the power to influence or persuade others. It suggests that money can have a significant impact on decisions, actions, and outcomes, often carrying more weight than other factors. 15. More bang for your buck. Meaning, more bang for your buck refers to obtaining greater value, benefit, or utility from a particular investment, purchase, or resource. It implies getting a better return or advantage in relation to the cost or effort invested. 16. More than meets the eye. Meaning, more than meets the eye refers to the idea that there is more complexity, depth, or significance to something or someone than initially apparent. It suggests that there may be hidden or unobservable qualities, aspects, or potential that require closer examination or consideration. 17. Move the needle. Meaning, move the needle means to cause a significant change or progress, particularly in a specific metric, goal, or situation. It refers to making a noticeable and meaningful impact that leads to progress or improvement. 18. Move up the ladder. Meaning, move up the ladder refers to advancing or progressing in one's career or social status. It implies climbing the hierarchy or ranks within an organization or society, typically through promotion, acquiring more responsibilities, or gaining higher positions. 19. Move with the times. Meaning, move with the times means to adapt, adjust, or keep up with the changing trends, developments, or demands of a particular period or era. It implies being flexible, open-minded, and responsive to new ideas, technologies, or societal shifts. 20. Movers and shakers. Meaning, movers and shakers refers to influential or powerful individuals who have the ability to affect change, shape opinions, or drive significant developments in their respective fields or industries. They are often recognized for their leadership, vision, or ability to catalyze action. 21. Much ado about nothing. Meaning, much ado about nothing means making a fuss or creating a big deal about something that is unimportant, insignificant, or of little consequence. It implies that excessive attention, drama, or concern is being given to a matter that is not worthy of such focus. 22. Muscle in. Meaning, muscle in means to assert oneself forcefully or intrusively into a situation or conversation where one may not be welcome or have a natural place. It implies using influence, power, or dominance to gain an advantage or control over a particular situation or group. 23. Must see. Meaning, must see is used to describe something, such as a movie, play, or tourist attraction, that is highly recommended or considered essential to experience. It indicates that the thing in question is of exceptional quality, significance, or interest and should not be missed. 24. Mutual benefit. Meaning, mutual benefit refers to a situation or arrangement in which all parties involved derive advantages or gains. It implies that there is a shared advantage or positive outcome for everyone involved, creating a win-win scenario. 25. Mutual understanding. Meaning, mutual understanding refers to a shared comprehension, agreement, or harmony between two or more individuals or groups. It implies that there is a common understanding, empathy, or recognition of each other's perspectives, needs, or interests. Business vocabulary, letter N. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Nail down. Meaning, nail down means to finalize or secure something, often by obtaining specific details, agreements, or commitments. It involves getting a firm grasp or understanding of a particular matter, resolving uncertainties, or making something definitive. 2. Name your price. Meaning, name your price is an invitation or request for someone to state the amount of money they want or are willing to accept for a particular product, service, or opportunity. It implies giving the other party the freedom or opportunity to determine the value or cost of something. 3. Nature of the beast. Meaning, nature of the beast refers to the inherent or characteristic qualities, challenges, or realities associated with a particular situation, circumstance, or entity. It suggests that certain difficulties or limitations are expected or unavoidable due to the nature or essence of the subject under consideration. 4. Necessary evil. Meaning, necessary evil refers to something that is undesirable or unpleasant but is required or deemed necessary to achieve a particular goal or outcome. It implies that although the thing in question may be disliked or problematic, it is considered essential or unavoidable in the given context. 5. Neck and neck. Meaning, neck and neck is used to describe a close or competitive race or competition in which two or more participants are almost equal in performance, progress, or achievement. It implies that the individuals or entities involved are closely matched and have an equal chance of success. 6. Needle in a haystack. Meaning, needle in a haystack refers to something that is extremely difficult to find or locate due to it being hidden or obscured among a large number of similar things. It implies a challenging and time-consuming task to locate something of significance in a vast or cluttered environment. 7. Nervous wreck. Meaning, nervous wreck is a colloquial expression used to describe someone who is extremely anxious, stressed, or emotionally unsettled. It implies a state of extreme nervousness or emotional distress, often resulting from worry, fear, or pressure. 8. Never say never. Meaning, never say never is an expression used to suggest that one should never dismiss or rule out the possibility of something happening, even if it seems unlikely or impossible at the present moment. It conveys the idea of being open-minded and not making absolute statements about future events or circumstances. 9. New kid on the block. Meaning, new kid on the block refers to someone who is new to a particular group, organization, or community. It implies that the person is inexperienced or unfamiliar with the existing dynamics and may need time to adjust and establish their position. 10. 9 to 5. Meaning, 9 to 5 is a term used to describe a typical full-time job that involves regular working hours from approximately 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. It refers to a standard work schedule that is common in many industries and is often associated with routine or office-based jobs. 11. Nip it in the bud. Meaning, nip it in the bud means to address or resolve a problem or undesirable situation at its early stages, before it has a chance to escalate or become more serious. It involves taking prompt action to prevent an issue from growing or spreading. 12. No free lunch. Meaning, no free lunch expresses the idea that one cannot expect to get something for nothing. It suggests that everything has a cost or comes with some form of obligation or trade-off. It reminds individuals that they must provide something of value or make an effort to achieve desired outcomes. 13. No hard feelings. Meaning, no hard feelings is a phrase used to express that there are no negative emotions or resentment between individuals, even after a disagreement, conflict, or adverse event. It implies a desire to maintain a positive relationship and move forward without harboring ill will or animosity. 14. No pain, no gain. Meaning, no pain, no gain is a proverbial expression that suggests one must endure hardship, effort, or discomfort in order to achieve success or make progress. It implies that challenges or sacrifices are necessary for personal growth, improvement, or accomplishment. 15. No strings attached. Meaning, no strings attached is a phrase used to indicate that there are no additional conditions, obligations, or commitments associated with a particular situation or offer. It implies that something is offered freely, without any hidden expectations or requirements. 16. No time like the present. Meaning, no time like the present suggests that the current moment is the best or most opportune time to take action or seize an opportunity. It encourages individuals to act promptly and not delay important tasks or decisions. 17. No turning back. Meaning, no turning back signifies that a decision or action has been taken that commits one to a course of action from which there is no retreat or reversal. It implies a point of no return, emphasizing the finality and irreversibility of the chosen path. 18. No-brainer. Meaning, no-brainer is a term used to describe a decision or choice that is incredibly easy or obvious, requiring little or no thought or consideration. It implies that the decision is straightforward and does not require much mental effort or deliberation. 19. Nose to the grindstone. Meaning, nose to the grindstone is an idiomatic expression that refers to working diligently and putting in a great deal of effort, focus, and dedication to accomplish a task or achieve a goal. It conveys the idea of being fully engaged in one's work and persevering through challenges. 20. Not a chance. Meaning, not a chance is a phrase used to express absolute disbelief or certainty that something will not happen or is highly unlikely to occur. It indicates a strong negation or rejection of a possibility or proposal. 21. Not cut out for. Meaning, not cut out for means that someone does not possess the necessary skills, abilities, temperament, or suitability for a particular task, role, or occupation. It suggests that someone is not naturally inclined or well suited for a specific pursuit. 22. Not on my watch. Meaning, not on my watch is a statement that indicates a firm determination or commitment to prevent or stop something undesirable, unacceptable, or inappropriate from happening. It expresses a sense of personal responsibility and vigilance. 23. Not worth a dime. Meaning, not worth a dime suggests that something or someone has little or no value, significance, or importance. It implies that the mentioned entity or concept holds little worth or merit. 24. Now or never. Meaning, now or never means that a particular opportunity or moment is crucial and must be seized or acted upon immediately. It suggests that there may not be another chance in the future, emphasizing the urgency and importance of taking action at that moment. 25. Nuts and bolts. Meaning, nuts and bolts refers to the basic or fundamental aspects of something, often focusing on practical details, procedures, or the inner workings of a system or process. It signifies the essential components or elements that are necessary for understanding or accomplishing a task or objective. Business vocabulary, letter O. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Off the charts. Meaning, off the charts refers to something that is exceptionally high, extreme, or beyond normal levels. It indicates that a particular quality, quantity, or measurement is surpassing all expectations or reaching unprecedented levels. 2. Off the hook. Meaning, off the hook means to be relieved or released from a responsibility, obligation, or undesirable situation. It implies being freed from a difficult or challenging circumstance, often resulting in a sense of relief or freedom. 3. On board. Meaning, on board means to be in agreement, supportive, or willing to participate in a particular plan, idea, or project. It signifies being part of a team or group and actively supporting its objectives or decisions. 4. On cloud nine. Meaning, on cloud nine means to be extremely happy, elated, or in a state of euphoria. It describes a feeling of immense joy, satisfaction, or contentment, often resulting from a personal achievement, success, or positive experience. 5. On deck. Meaning, on deck refers to being next in line or next to perform or take action. It is commonly used in sports to indicate the player who is next to participate or take their turn. 6. On fire. Meaning, on fire means to be highly successful, performing exceptionally well, or experiencing a period of great achievement or momentum. It suggests a high level of energy, enthusiasm, or excellence. 7. On point. Meaning, on point means to be accurate, precise, or exactly right. It suggests that something is well executed, relevant, or appropriate to the situation or context. 8. On the horizon. Meaning, on the horizon refers to something that is expected or anticipated in the near future. It indicates the upcoming occurrence or the potential for significant developments or changes. 9. On the same page. Meaning, on the same page means to have a shared understanding, agreement, or alignment with someone else regarding a particular topic, plan, or goal. It implies that individuals or groups are in sync and working together harmoniously. 10. On the up and up. Meaning, on the up and up means to be progressing positively, improving, or becoming more successful. It implies an upward trend or trajectory in terms of growth, development, or reputation. 11. On thin ice. Meaning, on thin ice means to be in a risky or precarious situation where one is close to experiencing negative consequences or facing adverse circumstances. It suggests being in a vulnerable position with limited margin for error. 12. On track. Meaning, on track means to be progressing as planned or expected, staying on course toward a goal or target. It suggests that one's actions or progress align with the intended timeline or objective. 13. Onward and upward. Meaning, onward and upward expresses the idea of progressing forward and upward, often with a positive outlook or attitude. It signifies a mindset of continuous growth, improvement, and advancement. 14. Out of the blue. Meaning, out of the blue refers to something unexpected or surprising that happens suddenly or without any prior indication. It implies that the event or circumstance occurs unexpectedly, catching people off guard. 15. Out of the loop. Meaning, out of the loop means to be uninformed or unaware of the current situation or the latest developments regarding a particular matter. It implies being excluded from important information or not being involved in decision-making processes. 16. Out of the ordinary. Meaning, out of the ordinary refers to something that is unusual, uncommon, or different from what is typically expected or experienced. It implies a deviation from the norm or the usual routine. 17. Out of the picture. Meaning, out of the picture means to be excluded, no longer involved, or no longer relevant in a particular situation. It implies that someone or something is no longer a part of the current context or scenario. 18. Out of the woods. Meaning, out of the woods means to be free from a difficult or dangerous situation, to have overcome a challenging obstacle, or to no longer be in a state of uncertainty or risk. It suggests that a difficult period has passed and things have improved or become safer. 19. Over the moon. Meaning, over the moon means to be extremely happy, thrilled, or delighted about something. It conveys a feeling of great joy or excitement, often to the point of elation. 20. Over the top. Meaning, over the top refers to something that is excessive, exaggerated, or beyond what is considered reasonable or appropriate. It implies going to an extreme or exaggerated extent in behavior, actions, or expressions. 21. Overhaul the system. Meaning, overhaul the system means to make significant changes or improvements to a system, process, or organization. It implies a thorough and comprehensive restructuring or revision of the existing framework to enhance efficiency, address problems, or adapt to new requirements. 22. Oversee the project. Meaning, oversee the project means to supervise, manage, or be in charge of a project or undertaking. It involves providing guidance, direction, and leadership to ensure the successful execution and completion of the project. 23. Overshoot the target. Meaning, overshoot the target means to exceed or go beyond the intended or desired goal or objective. It implies surpassing the planned or expected outcome, often by a significant margin. 24. Overstay your welcome. Meaning, overstay your welcome means to remain in a place or situation longer than is considered appropriate, welcome, or comfortable. It implies lingering or prolonging one's presence beyond the expected or desired time. 25. Overwhelm with work. Meaning, overwhelm with work means to be burdened, overloaded, or inundated with an excessive amount of tasks, responsibilities, or assignments. It implies feeling overwhelmed or unable to cope with the workload. Business vocabulary, letter P. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Paint the town red. Meaning, paint the town red means to go out and celebrate or have a wild and extravagant time, often involving partying, indulgence, and enjoying oneself to the fullest. 2. Paper trail. Meaning, a paper trail refers to a record or documentation of transactions, activities, or events, typically in the form of physical or digital documents. It represents a chronological trail of evidence that can be used to trace or verify past actions or decisions. 3. Pass the buck. Meaning, pass the buck means to shift or transfer responsibility or blame to someone else rather than taking ownership or accepting accountability for a situation or decision. 4. Pay dividends. Meaning, pay dividends means to yield positive or beneficial results or outcomes, usually as a result of an investment, effort, or action. 5. Pay off. Meaning, payoff means to yield a successful or desired outcome, often as a result of effort, hard work, or persistence. It implies achieving a favorable result or obtaining a reward or benefit. 6. Penny pinching. Meaning, penny pinching refers to the act of being excessively frugal or thrifty, especially when it comes to spending money. It suggests being very cautious or reluctant to spend and trying to save every possible penny. 7. Perfect storm. Meaning, perfect storm refers to a situation where multiple factors or events come together, resulting in a powerful and often negative or challenging outcome. It describes a combination of circumstances that intensify the impact or magnitude of a situation. 8. Pick someone's brain. Meaning, pick someone's brain means to seek information, advice, or insights from someone, typically by asking them questions or engaging in a conversation to tap into their knowledge or expertise. 9. Piece of the pie. Meaning, piece of the pie refers to a share or portion of something, particularly when it comes to resources, opportunities, or benefits. It implies having a part in a larger whole or a stake in something. 10. Pilot project. Meaning, a pilot project is a small-scale experimental initiative or test run designed to assess the feasibility, effectiveness, or potential success of a larger project or idea. It serves as a trial or prototype to gather data, evaluate outcomes, and make informed decisions for future implementation. 11. Play hardball. Meaning, play hardball means to adopt an aggressive, uncompromising, or forceful approach in negotiations, disputes, or competitive situations. It involves pursuing one's interests or goals with determination and toughness, often employing tough tactics or strategies. 12. Play it by ear. Meaning, play it by ear means to handle a situation or make decisions spontaneously or improvisationally, without a predetermined plan. It involves being flexible and responsive to the circumstances as they unfold. 13. Power play. Meaning, power play refers to a strategic or manipulative action taken by someone to gain an advantage or exert control in a situation, often involving the use of power, influence, or authority. 14. Price tag. Meaning, price tag refers to the monetary value or cost associated with something, typically an item, a service, or an action. It represents the amount of money required or expected to obtain or perform that particular thing. 15. Prime time. Meaning, prime time refers to the period of the day when the highest television viewership or audience engagement occurs. It is the time slot during which popular and highly anticipated programs or events are broadcast. 16. Profit margin. Meaning, profit margin refers to the percentage of profit derived from sales or revenue after subtracting the cost of production or operating expenses. It represents the profitability or financial gain achieved by a company or business. 17. Pull the plug. Meaning, pull the plug means to stop, cancel, or terminate something abruptly. It refers to the act of disconnecting or cutting off the power or resources that support a particular activity or situation. 18. Punch above your weight. Meaning, punch above your weight means to perform or achieve at a level that is higher or beyond one's expected or perceived capabilities or resources. It implies surpassing expectations or competing in a higher category or level. 19. Push the envelope. Meaning, push the envelope means to go beyond established boundaries, limits, or norms, typically in terms of innovation, creativity, or performance. It involves taking risks and exploring new possibilities to achieve breakthroughs or advancements. 20. Put all your eggs in one basket. Meaning, put all your eggs in one basket means to concentrate all efforts, resources, or expectations into a single venture, strategy, or option. It implies risking everything on a single opportunity, which may lead to significant gains or losses. 21. Put on the back burner. Meaning, put on the back burner means to postpone, delay, or temporarily set aside something, typically a project, task, or plan, in favor of other more pressing or immediate priorities. It suggests a lower priority or reduced attention given to a particular matter. 22. Put someone on the spot. Meaning, put someone on the spot means to place someone in a situation where they are required to respond or perform immediately, often under pressure or scrutiny. It involves confronting someone with a question, request, or challenge that demands an immediate answer or action. 23. Put your best foot forward. Meaning, put your best foot forward means to make a good impression or present oneself in the most positive and favorable way possible. It involves showcasing one's skills, qualities, or abilities to achieve the best possible outcome or result. 24. Put your money where your mouth is. Meaning, put your money where your mouth is means to back up one's statements, claims, or beliefs with tangible action or financial commitment. It involves demonstrating a willingness to invest or take risks based on one's own assertions or promises. 25. Pyramid scheme. Meaning, a pyramid scheme is an illegal and deceptive business model that relies on recruiting members and collecting money from them, rather than on the sale of legitimate products or services. It operates by promising participants high returns on their investments or by offering commissions for recruiting others into the scheme. Business vocabulary, letter Q. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Qualified candidate. Meaning, qualified candidate refers to an individual who possesses the necessary skills, qualifications, or attributes required for a particular job, role, or position. A qualified candidate meets the specified criteria or requirements and is considered competent and suitable for the role. 2. Qualified opinion. Meaning, a qualified opinion is a professional assessment or judgment provided by an auditor, expert, or evaluator. It indicates that, based on the available information and analysis, the individual or organization issuing the opinion considers the subject matter to be reliable, accurate, or meeting specified criteria. 3. Quality assurance. Meaning, quality assurance refers to the systematic processes, procedures, and activities undertaken to ensure that products, services, or processes meet or exceed predetermined quality standards. It involves monitoring, evaluating, and controlling various aspects of quality to ensure consistency, reliability, and customer satisfaction. 4. Quality control. Meaning, quality control refers to a set of procedures, systems, or measures implemented to ensure that products, services, or processes meet or exceed specific standards or requirements. It involves monitoring and evaluating various aspects of production or performance to identify and address deviations or defects, ensuring consistent quality and customer satisfaction. 5. Quality over quantity. Meaning, quality over quantity is a principle or belief that emphasizes the importance of excellence, value, or effectiveness rather than sheer quantity or volume. It suggests that focusing on high-quality outcomes, products, or experiences is more valuable and desirable than simply pursuing quantity or numbers. 6. Quantifiable results. Meaning, quantifiable results refer to measurable outcomes or achievements that can be expressed or assessed in numerical or quantitative terms. These results can be objectively observed, evaluated, and compared to specific targets, benchmarks, or key performance indicators, KPIs. 7. Quantitative analysis. Meaning, quantitative analysis refers to the examination, interpretation, and evaluation of data or information using mathematical or statistical methods. It involves the measurement, quantification, and numerical representation of variables or phenomena to derive insights, patterns, or trends. 8. Quantitative easing. Meaning, quantitative easing refers to a monetary policy implemented by central banks to stimulate the economy. It involves the purchase of government bonds or other financial assets by the central bank to increase the money supply, lower interest rates, and promote lending and investment. 9. Quarantine the issue. Meaning, to quarantine the issue means to isolate or contain a problem or challenge to prevent its spread or negative impact on other areas or processes. It involves identifying and separating the problematic component or issue from the rest, allowing for focused attention, resolution, and minimizing potential harm or disruption. 10. Quarterly report. Meaning, a quarterly report is a document or presentation that provides an overview of an organization's performance, financial results, or progress over a 3-month period. It typically includes key metrics, achievements, challenges, and future projections. 11. Quash a rumor. Meaning, quash a rumor means to put an end to or suppress a false or unfounded rumor or piece of information. It involves taking actions to discredit or disprove the rumor and prevent its further spread. 12. Quell dissent. Meaning, quell dissent refers to suppressing or calming down a disagreement, protest, or rebellion. It involves taking measures to restore order, peace, or harmony and reduce the intensity or opposition of dissenting voices. 13. Question the status quo. Meaning, to question the status quo means to challenge or scrutinize the existing or prevailing practices, beliefs, or norms. It involves critically examining the current state of affairs and seeking alternative approaches or improvements, often with the intention of promoting change or progress. 14. Quick decision. Meaning, quick decision refers to making a prompt or swift judgment or choice without excessive deliberation or hesitation. It involves making a decision in a timely manner, often in response to a specific situation or opportunity. 15. Quick fix. Meaning, a quick fix refers to a temporary or expedient solution to a problem or issue that may not address the underlying cause or provide a long-term resolution. It is a rapid or immediate remedy aimed at resolving the immediate symptoms or consequences without considering the broader implications. 16. Quick on the draw. Meaning, quick on the draw refers to someone who is prompt, agile, or quick to react or respond in a particular situation. It originated from the Wild West era, where it referred to a gunslinger who could draw their weapon quickly, giving them an advantage in a confrontation. 17. Quick study. Meaning, a quick study refers to a person who can learn or understand new concepts, skills, or information with remarkable speed or ease. It describes someone who has the ability to grasp and assimilate knowledge rapidly, often showing a high level of adaptability and comprehension. 18. Quid pro quo. Meaning, quid pro quo is a Latin phrase that translates to something for something or this for that. It refers to an exchange or trade in which one party provides something of value to another in return for a desired outcome or reciprocal benefit. It implies a mutual arrangement or agreement where each party expects something in return for their contribution. 19. Quiet period. Meaning, a quiet period refers to a specific period of time, typically in the business or financial context, during which certain activities or communications are restricted or limited. It is a period of relative silence or reduced public disclosure that often occurs before significant announcements, such as financial results or mergers and acquisitions, to avoid the potential influence of insider information. 20. Quirks of the trade. Meaning, quirks of the trade refers to the unique or idiosyncratic characteristics, practices, or peculiarities that are specific to a particular profession, industry, or field of expertise. These quirks are often considered insider knowledge or insights that individuals acquire through their experience or immersion in the trade. 21. Quota system. Meaning, a quota system is a policy or practice that establishes specific limits or quotas on the quantity, number, or percentage of something, such as goods, resources, opportunities, or memberships. It is a method used to regulate or control the distribution, allocation, or access to certain resources or benefits based on predetermined targets or criteria. 22. Quotable material. Meaning, quotable material refers to information, statements, or content that is noteworthy, memorable, or significant enough to be quoted or cited by others. It is content that is considered valuable or meaningful, often due to its relevance, insightfulness, or impact. 23. Quote a price. Meaning, to quote a price means to provide or state a specific amount or value as the cost or charge for a product, service, or item. It involves offering a price estimate or formal quotation to a potential customer or client. 24. Quote-unquote. Meaning, the phrase quote-unquote is used to indicate that the words or phrase being spoken should be understood as a direct quotation or to highlight irony or skepticism. It is often accompanied by air quotes, where a person uses their fingers to gesture quotation marks in the air. 25. Quote-unquote. Meaning, the phrase quote-unquote is used to indicate that the words or phrase being spoken should be understood as a direct quotation or to highlight irony or skepticism. It is often accompanied by air quotes, where a person uses their fingers to gesture quotation marks in the air. Business vocabulary, letter R. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Rags to riches. Meaning, rags to riches describes a remarkable transformation or journey from extreme poverty or humble beginnings to great wealth, success, or prosperity. It implies a narrative of significant upward social or financial mobility. 2. Rain check. Meaning, rain check is an expression used when someone declines an invitation or opportunity but suggests taking it up at a later time or date. It implies postponing the current arrangement for a future occasion. 3. Raise eyebrows. Meaning, raise eyebrows means to cause surprise, shock, or disapproval with one's actions, behavior, or decisions. It implies doing something unconventional, unexpected, or controversial that attracts attention and may be viewed with skepticism or criticism by others. 4. Raise the bar. Meaning, raise the bar means to set higher standards or expectations, surpassing previous achievements or benchmarks. It involves striving for excellence and pushing oneself or others to perform at a higher level. 5. Rake in the profits. Meaning, rake in the profits means to earn or accumulate a substantial amount of money or financial gain, often in a rapid or impressive manner. It suggests achieving significant financial success or generating substantial revenue. 6. Reach out. Meaning, reach out means to make contact or communicate with someone, often in a friendly or supportive manner. It implies initiating a connection, seeking assistance, or expressing interest in engaging with others. 7. Read between the lines. Meaning, read between the lines refers to understanding or interpreting the underlying or implicit meaning of something, especially when it is not explicitly stated. It involves inferring or deducing additional information or intentions beyond the literal or obvious. 8. Real-time. Meaning, real-time refers to events, processes, or systems that occur or operate instantly, without delay. It implies immediate or instantaneous actions, responses, or updates, typically enabled by advanced technology or efficient processes. 9. Recipe for success. Meaning, recipe for success refers to a set of guidelines or strategies that, when followed, are believed to lead to achieving success in a particular endeavor. It implies that by following a proven formula or adopting specific practices, one can increase their chances of achieving their desired goals. 10. Red flag. Meaning, red flag is a metaphorical expression that refers to a warning sign or indicator of potential problems, dangers, or concerns. It signifies a situation or behavior that should be viewed as a cause for caution, attention, or further investigation. 11. Red tape. Meaning, red tape refers to excessive bureaucracy, complicated procedures, or unnecessary rules and regulations that hinder or delay the completion of tasks or projects. It implies an excessive amount of paperwork, formalities, or administrative hurdles that impede efficiency. 12. Roll the dice. Meaning, roll the dice means to take a risk or make a decision with uncertain outcomes, often based on chance or luck. It implies accepting uncertainty and potential consequences without full control or certainty over the outcome. 13. Reinvent the wheel. Meaning, reinvent the wheel means to unnecessarily create or develop something from scratch, even though an existing solution or method already exists. It implies duplicating effort or reinventing a concept or idea that already has a proven and effective solution. 14. Ride the wave. Meaning, ride the wave means to take advantage of or benefit from a favorable or advantageous situation or trend. It implies capitalizing on a positive momentum or trend and using it to one's advantage. 15. Right-hand man. Meaning, right-hand man refers to a trusted and reliable person who provides valuable support and assistance to someone in a position of power or authority. It implies a close and indispensable relationship where the right-hand man assists in decision-making, execution of tasks, and overall support. 16. Rock the boat. Meaning, rock the boat means to cause disruption, controversy, or unrest by challenging the status quo or raising controversial issues. It implies questioning established norms or authority and potentially creating tension or conflict. 17. Rule of thumb. Meaning, rule of thumb refers to a general principle or guideline that is commonly used and widely accepted as a practical and approximate method for making judgments or decisions. It implies a practical rule or technique based on experience rather than precise measurements or calculations. 18. Run a tight ship. Meaning, run a tight ship means to manage or control a situation, organization, or team with strict discipline, efficiency, and order. It implies maintaining a high level of organization, discipline, and attention to detail. 19. Run out of steam. Meaning, run out of steam means to lose momentum, energy, or enthusiasm to continue with an activity or task. It suggests becoming tired, exhausted, or depleted of resources necessary to sustain progress or effort. 20. Run the numbers. Meaning, run the numbers means to perform calculations or analyze data to obtain specific results or insights. It implies engaging in numerical analysis or conducting quantitative assessments to make informed decisions or evaluations. 21. Run the risk. Meaning, run the risk means to expose oneself to the possibility of experiencing negative consequences or risks by taking a certain action or making a specific decision. It implies accepting the potential hazards or uncertainties associated with a particular course of action. 22. Run the show. Meaning, run the show means to be in control or in charge of a situation, project, or event. It implies taking the lead, making important decisions, and managing the overall operation or direction of a specific endeavor. 23. Run with it. Meaning, run with it means to take an idea, suggestion, or opportunity and pursue it with enthusiasm, initiative, and full commitment. It implies seizing the chance to act on something and taking it to the next level without hesitation. 24. Rush job. Meaning, rush job refers to a task or assignment that is completed hastily or under time pressure, often sacrificing quality or thoroughness. It implies a hurried or expedited execution of work. 25. Rustle up business. Meaning, rustle up business means to actively and energetically generate or attract new customers, clients, or business opportunities. It implies making efforts to create interest, find potential clients, and increase business activity. Business vocabulary, letter S. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Seal the deal. Meaning, this idiom refers to successfully finalizing or completing a business agreement, negotiation, or transaction. It implies reaching a mutually beneficial outcome and solidifying an agreement. 2. Sell like hotcakes. Meaning, this idiom means to sell quickly, easily, and in large quantities, often due to high demand or popularity. It implies a product or service that is highly sought after and in great demand. 3. Set the stage. Meaning, this idiom means to create the necessary conditions or environment for something to happen or for an event to take place. It implies preparing the groundwork or establishing the initial context or circumstances. 4. Set the tone. Meaning, this idiom means to establish or create a particular atmosphere, mood, or attitude that sets the expectation or direction for a situation, event, or interaction. 5. Shake things up. Meaning, this idiom means to make significant changes or introduce disruption and innovation in a stagnant or routine situation. It implies challenging the status quo and bringing about excitement, renewal, or transformation. 6. Show the ropes. Meaning, this idiom means to teach, guide, or familiarize someone with the knowledge, skills, or procedures necessary to perform a task or function. It implies providing guidance and instruction to help someone become knowledgeable or proficient in a specific area. 7. Sink or swim. Meaning, this idiom expresses a make-or-break situation where one must either succeed or fail without any assistance or support. It implies being placed in a challenging situation that requires self-reliance, adaptability, and resilience. 8. Smooth sailing. Meaning, this idiom refers to a situation or process that is progressing easily, without obstacles or difficulties. It implies a smooth and trouble-free experience. 9. Spin doctor. Meaning, this term refers to someone who skillfully presents information, often in a biased or favorable way, to manipulate public opinion or perception. It implies a person who is adept at shaping or controlling the narrative. 10. Square the circle. Meaning, this idiom refers to an impossible or extremely difficult task, challenge, or problem. It implies trying to achieve something that is inherently contradictory or incompatible. 11. Stand your ground. Meaning, this idiom means to maintain one's position, opinions, or beliefs firmly, especially in the face of opposition or pressure. It implies asserting oneself and not yielding or compromising. 12. Stay ahead of the curve. Meaning, this idiom means to be proactive, innovative, and well-informed in order to anticipate and adapt to future developments or trends before they occur. It implies staying ahead of the competition or industry changes. 13. Steal the spotlight. Meaning, this idiom means to attract attention or become the center of attention, often by outshining others or by being exceptionally remarkable or impressive. 14. Step up your game. Meaning, this idiom means to enhance one's performance, effort, or skills in order to meet higher standards or expectations. It implies taking action to improve and excel in a given area. 15. Stick to your guns. Meaning, this idiom means to maintain one's position, decisions, or principles firmly, even in the face of opposition or criticism. It implies standing by one's convictions and not yielding to pressure. 16. Stick together. Meaning, this idiom means to remain united, supportive, and loyal as a group or team, especially in the face of challenges, disagreements, or adversity. It implies solidarity and collaboration. 17. Straight from the horse's mouth. Meaning, this idiom means to receive information or news directly from a reliable or authoritative source. It implies getting information firsthand or from someone directly involved. 18. Strike a balance. Meaning, this idiom means to find a satisfactory or optimal point between two or more opposing factors, interests, or demands. It implies achieving a harmonious or equitable arrangement. 19. Survive and thrive. Meaning, this phrase conveys the idea of not only enduring or surviving challenges but also prospering and flourishing in the face of adversity or difficult circumstances. 20. Scale new heights. Meaning, this phrase means to achieve greater levels of success, excellence, or accomplishment. It implies reaching new milestones or surpassing previous achievements. 21. Sweat the details. Meaning, this idiom means to pay close attention to the small, often overlooked details or aspects of a task, project, or situation. It implies focusing on precision, thoroughness, and meticulousness. 22. Sweep it under the rug. Meaning, this idiom means to conceal, hide, or ignore a problem, mistake, or wrongdoing instead of addressing it directly or taking appropriate action. It implies attempting to avoid or downplay negative consequences. 23. Sweeten the deal. Meaning, this idiom means to enhance or make a proposal, offer, or agreement more attractive by adding extra benefits, incentives, or favorable conditions. It implies improving the terms to make it more appealing or enticing. 24. Swim with sharks. Meaning, this idiom means to engage or compete with highly skilled, aggressive, or powerful individuals or entities, often in a cutthroat or challenging environment. It implies operating in a competitive and intense setting. 25. Synergy effect. Meaning, this term refers to the positive outcome or result achieved when individuals, teams, or elements collaborate and work together, creating a combined effect that is greater than the sum of its parts. It implies the power of collaboration and teamwork. Business vocabulary, letter T. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Take a back seat. Meaning, this idiom means to assume a less prominent or active role in a situation, allowing others to take the lead or make decisions. It implies stepping aside or reducing involvement. 2. Take center stage. Meaning, this phrase means to become the main focus or center of attention in a situation or event. It implies being in a prominent or leading position. 3. Take it or leave it. Meaning, this phrase implies that a proposed offer or opportunity is presented with no room for negotiation or further discussion. It suggests accepting the offer as is or rejecting it entirely. 4. Take it to the next level. Meaning, this phrase means to bring something to a higher or more advanced level of performance, quality, or achievement. It implies progressing beyond the current state or pushing boundaries. 5. Take the bull by the horns. Meaning, this idiom means to confront a challenging or difficult situation directly and with determination. It implies taking decisive action and assuming control of a problem or task. 6. Take the lead. Meaning, this phrase means to assume control, responsibility, or a leading position in a situation or endeavor. It implies taking charge and guiding others. 7. Take the plunge. Meaning, this idiom means to take a significant risk or make a bold decision, often involving a major change or commitment. It implies stepping into the unknown with confidence. 8. Take the reins. Meaning, this idiom means to assume control, leadership, or responsibility for a situation or endeavor. It implies taking charge and guiding the course of action. 9. Target audience. Meaning, this phrase refers to the specific group or demographic that a product, service, or marketing campaign aims to reach and appeal to. It implies identifying and tailoring efforts to a particular audience. 10. Team player. Meaning, this phrase refers to an individual who collaborates well with others, works effectively as part of a team, and prioritizes the team's goals and success over individual achievements. 11. Test the waters. Meaning, this idiom means to explore or experiment with something cautiously or on a small scale before fully committing to it. It implies conducting a preliminary investigation or trial to assess feasibility or potential success. 12. Think on your feet. Meaning, this idiom means to think quickly, make decisions, or react effectively in response to unexpected or challenging situations. It implies being resourceful and adaptable. 13. Think outside the box. Meaning, this phrase encourages innovative and creative thinking by suggesting the exploration of unconventional or non-traditional approaches or ideas. It implies breaking free from conventional or established thinking patterns. 14. Throw in the towel. Meaning, this idiom means to give up or surrender in the face of difficulties, challenges, or unfavorable circumstances. It implies accepting defeat or relinquishing efforts. 15. Tie the knot. Meaning, this phrase is a colloquial expression for getting married or entering into a formal, committed relationship, particularly used to refer to the act of getting married. 16. Tighten the belt. Meaning, this idiom means to reduce expenses or live more frugally in order to cope with financial constraints or difficult economic conditions. It implies cutting back on spending. 17. Time is money. Meaning, this phrase emphasizes the importance of time in a business context, suggesting that time is a valuable resource that should be used efficiently and productively. 18. Touch base. Meaning, this idiom means to make contact or communicate with someone, typically to exchange information, get an update, or discuss a matter briefly. 19. Track record. Meaning, this phrase refers to a person or organization's history of performance, achievements, or past results. It implies assessing past accomplishments as an indicator of future performance. 20. Trial and error. Meaning, this idiom refers to a process of problem-solving or learning through repeated attempts, often involving mistakes or failures, until a successful outcome is achieved. 21. Turn a blind eye. Meaning, this idiom refers to the act of deliberately ignoring or overlooking something, typically a wrongdoing or problematic situation, often to avoid dealing with it or taking responsibility. 22. Turn a profit. Meaning, this phrase means to generate a financial gain or make a profit in a business venture or activity. It implies achieving a positive return on investment. 23. Turn the tables. Meaning, this idiom means to reverse a situation or shift the advantage from one party to another. It implies changing the dynamics or outcome of a situation in one's favor. 24. Two heads are better than one. Meaning, this phrase emphasizes the value of collaboration and collective decision-making. It suggests that involving multiple perspectives and ideas leads to better outcomes than relying on a single individual. Business Vocabulary, Letter U. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Uncharted territory. Meaning, this idiom refers to a situation, subject, or field that is unknown, unfamiliar, or unexplored. It implies venturing into new or undiscovered areas. 2. Uncharted waters. Meaning, this idiom refers to a situation or endeavor that is unfamiliar, unexplored, or unpredictable. It implies entering into unknown territory or facing uncertain circumstances. 3. Uncover the truth. Meaning, this phrase means to reveal or discover the true facts or information about a situation, person, or event. It implies exposing hidden or unknown details. Observed or analyzed. 4. Under the radar. Meaning, this phrase refers to something or someone operating, progressing, or existing unnoticed or without attracting attention. It implies being discreet or flying under the radar. 5. Unleash the potential. Meaning, this phrase means to tap into or release the inherent capabilities, talents, or possibilities of someone or something. It implies unlocking or maximizing the potential for growth or success. 6. Unplug from work. Meaning, this phrase means to disconnect or take a break from work-related activities, particularly in the context of technology and digital devices. It implies separating oneself from work obligations and creating a boundary between work and personal life. 7. Unspoken agreement. Meaning, this phrase refers to an understanding or agreement that is not explicitly stated or formalized but is understood or accepted by all parties involved. It implies an implicit understanding of expectations or terms. 8. Unveil a new product. Meaning, this phrase means to introduce or reveal a new product to the public or intended audience. It implies the formal presentation or launch of a previously undisclosed product. 9. Up for grabs. Meaning, this phrase means available or open for anyone to obtain or acquire. It implies an opportunity or prize that is accessible to interested parties. 10. Up in smoke. Meaning, this idiom means to fail or be ruined, resulting in disappointment or loss. It implies the destruction or negation of expectations or plans. 11. Up in the air. Meaning, this idiom means uncertain, undecided, or unresolved. It implies a situation or plan that lacks clarity or a definitive outcome. 12. Up the ante. Meaning, this idiom means to increase the stakes or level of commitment in a situation, often in terms of financial or non-financial investment. It implies raising the expectations or requirements. 13. Up the ladder. Meaning, this idiom refers to the progression or advancement in one's career, status, or hierarchy. It implies moving to a higher position, level, or rank. 14. Upbeat attitude. Meaning, this term describes a positive, optimistic, and enthusiastic mindset or demeanor. It implies having a cheerful and energetic approach. 15. Upside potential. Meaning, this phrase refers to the potential for growth, success, or positive outcomes in a particular situation. It implies the possibility of favorable or advantageous results. 16. User-friendly. Meaning, this term describes something that is easy to understand, operate, or navigate, particularly in terms of technology, products, or interfaces. It implies being accessible and intuitive for users. Business vocabulary, letter V. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Valid point. Meaning, this term refers to a logical, reasonable, or justifiable statement or argument. It implies a viewpoint or opinion that is well-founded and supported by facts or reasoning. 2. Validation process. Meaning, this term refers to the systematic and rigorous evaluation, testing, or verification of a concept, idea, product, or process to ensure its accuracy, effectiveness, or compliance with established standards or requirements. 3. Value chain. Meaning, this term refers to the sequence of activities or processes that a company undertakes to create, deliver, and capture value for customers. It involves the transformation of inputs into a final product or service. 4. Value creation. Meaning, this term refers to the process of generating or adding value to a product, service, or business through various means such as innovation, differentiation, efficiency, or customer satisfaction. It implies enhancing the worth or utility of something. 5. Value proposition. Meaning, this term refers to the unique value, benefits, or advantages that a product, service, or business offers to its customers or target market. It highlights the reasons why customers should choose a particular offering over competitors. 6. Value added. Meaning, this term refers to the additional or extra value, features, or benefits that a company or product provides beyond its basic functionality or purpose. It implies enhancements that differentiate the offering from competitors. 7. Vanguard position. Meaning, this term refers to a leading or forefront position in an industry or market. It implies being at the cutting edge of innovation, trends, or advancements. 8. Vanishing point. Meaning, this term refers to the point in perspective drawing where parallel lines appear to converge or meet. It is also used metaphorically to describe a point or moment that represents the disappearance, end, or culmination of something. 9. Vanity metric. Meaning, this term refers to a metric or measurement that appears impressive or positive on the surface but does not provide meaningful insights or contribute directly to business objectives or success. It implies focusing on superficial indicators that do not reflect the true performance or impact. 10. Vendor lock-in. Meaning, this term refers to a situation where a customer or business becomes heavily dependent on a particular vendor or supplier for products, services, or technology. It implies limited flexibility or options due to high switching costs or barriers. 11. Venture capital. Meaning, this term refers to a form of private equity financing provided to startup companies or early-stage ventures with high growth potential. It typically involves investments made by venture capital firms or individual investors in exchange for equity ownership. 12. Venture forth. Meaning, this term means to embark on a new journey, project, or adventure. It implies stepping out of one's comfort zone and taking on new challenges or opportunities. 13. Venture into. Meaning, this phrase means to explore or enter into a new area, field, or endeavor, often involving risks or uncertainties. It implies embarking on a new venture or taking on a new challenge. 14. Verbal agreement. Meaning, this term refers to an agreement or contract reached between parties through oral communication rather than a formal written document. It implies an understanding or commitment expressed through spoken words. 15. Vertical integration. Meaning, this term refers to a business strategy where a company controls multiple stages or levels of the production, distribution, or supply chain process. It implies the integration of operations vertically within an industry. 16. Vertical market. Meaning, this term refers to a specific industry or market segment characterized by specialized products, services, or customer needs. It implies focusing on a narrow and distinct market niche. 17. Vested interest. Meaning, this term refers to a personal or financial stake or interest in a particular outcome or situation. It implies having a significant involvement or concern about the outcome due to personal investment or attachment. 18. Viable option. Meaning, this term refers to a feasible or practical choice or alternative that has a reasonable chance of success or achieving desired outcomes. It implies a realistic and workable option. 19. Victory lap. Meaning, this term refers to a celebratory or triumphant act or period after achieving a significant success or accomplishment. It implies reveling in the achievement and acknowledging the hard work and effort put into it. 20. Virtual team. Meaning, this term refers to a group of individuals who work together remotely and collaborate using various communication and collaboration technologies. It implies a team that operates across geographical locations or time zones. 21. Virtuous circle. Meaning, this term refers to a beneficial cycle or chain of events where each positive action or outcome reinforces and leads to further positive actions or outcomes. It implies a self-reinforcing and upward spiraling process. 22. Vision statement. Meaning, this term refers to a concise and aspirational statement that outlines an organization's long-term goals, values, and desired future state. It articulates the organization's purpose and provides direction for decision-making and strategy. 23. Vital signs. Meaning, this term refers to the key indicators or measurements that assess the overall health, performance, or condition of a business or project. It implies essential factors or metrics used for monitoring and evaluating progress. 24. Voice of the customer. Meaning, this term refers to the perspectives, opinions, feedback, and needs of customers, which are valuable in shaping product development, marketing strategies, and overall business decisions. It emphasizes the importance of listening to and understanding customer preferences. 25. Volunteer effort. Meaning, this term refers to the contribution of time, skills, or services by individuals without expecting monetary compensation. It implies individuals willingly offering their assistance or involvement for a cause or organization. Business vocabulary, letter X. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Xenial customer service. Meaning, xenial customer service refers to exceptional, friendly, and hospitable customer service provided by businesses or service providers. It involves going above and beyond to ensure customer satisfaction and create a positive experience. 2. Xerox culture. Meaning, Xerox culture refers to the distinctive corporate culture associated with the Xerox Corporation, a multinational document technology company. It embodies the values, practices, and norms that have developed within the organization over time. 3. X factor. Meaning, the term X factor refers to a special quality or characteristic that sets someone or something apart from others and gives them a unique advantage or appeal. It represents an unknown or intangible element that contributes to exceptional performance or success. Business vocabulary, letter W. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Wage war. Meaning, this phrase metaphorically describes the act of engaging in an intense, aggressive, or protracted conflict or competition. It implies taking strong action or mobilizing resources to confront and overcome challenges or opponents. 2. Walk the talk. Meaning, this term means to follow through on one's promises or commitments by taking action or demonstrating the behavior that aligns with one's words. It emphasizes the importance of consistency between what is said and what is done. 3. Warrant further investigation. Meaning, this phrase suggests that a particular situation, statement, or event justifies or necessitates additional inquiry, examination, or scrutiny. It implies that there are grounds or reasons to believe that more information or analysis is required. 4. Warrant further investigation. Meaning, this phrase suggests that a particular situation, statement, or event justifies or necessitates additional inquiry, examination, or scrutiny. It implies that there are grounds or reasons to believe that more information or analysis is required. 5. Water cooler talk. Meaning, this phrase refers to informal conversations or discussions that take place among colleagues in the workplace, typically near a water cooler or communal gathering area. It often involves casual topics, gossip, or discussions unrelated to work tasks. 6. Way of doing business. Meaning, this phrase refers to the accepted or customary practices, methods, or strategies employed in conducting business activities within a particular industry, company, or culture. It encompasses the established norms, principles, and approaches used to achieve business objectives. 7. Weather the storm. Meaning, this term means to endure or withstand difficult or challenging situations, often involving adversity, uncertainty, or turbulence. It implies resilience and perseverance in the face of obstacles or hardships. 8. Wheeling and dealing. Meaning, this term refers to engaging in shrewd or skillful negotiations or business transactions, often involving strategic maneuvering and bargaining. It implies adeptly navigating complex situations to achieve desired outcomes. 9. White collar. Meaning, this term describes work or occupations that are typically professional, managerial, or administrative in nature, often involving office-based or non-manual tasks. It refers to jobs that are generally associated with higher levels of education, professional skills, and office environments. 10. Widen the scope. Meaning, this phrase suggests expanding or broadening the range, extent, or perspective of a project, discussion, or analysis. It involves considering additional factors, possibilities, or viewpoints to gain a more comprehensive understanding or explore new opportunities. 11. Wield influence. Meaning, this phrase refers to the ability or power to exert significant impact, control, or persuasion over others or a particular situation. It implies the capacity to effectively use one's influence or authority to shape decisions, opinions, or outcomes. 12. Wild card. Meaning, this term refers to an unpredictable or unexpected element or factor that can significantly influence a situation or outcome. It implies an unknown variable that introduces uncertainty or unpredictability. 13. Win hearts and minds. Meaning, this phrase expresses the goal of capturing the emotional and intellectual support or approval of others. It emphasizes the importance of gaining the trust, loyalty, and acceptance of individuals or groups by appealing to their emotions and rationality. 14. Wing it. Meaning, this phrase means to improvise or perform without prior preparation or planning. It suggests relying on one's instincts, creativity, or existing knowledge to navigate a situation or task in the absence of a specific plan or extensive preparation. 15. Win-win situation. Meaning, this term refers to a scenario or outcome in which all parties involved benefit or gain something positive. It implies a mutually advantageous situation that satisfies the interests of multiple stakeholders. 16. Wise investment. Meaning, this phrase refers to a prudent or well-considered allocation of resources, typically financial, into an opportunity or asset that is expected to provide favorable returns or long-term benefits. It emphasizes the importance of making informed and thoughtful investment decisions. 17. Woo clients. Meaning, this phrase refers to the act of actively and persuasively attracting, courting, or enticing potential clients or customers. It involves employing strategies and efforts to win over clients and secure their business or loyalty. 18. Work around the clock. Meaning, this phrase describes the act of working continuously or without interruption, often implying extended or unconventional working hours. It suggests a high level of dedication, commitment, or urgency in completing tasks or meeting deadlines. 19. Work in progress. Meaning, this phrase refers to an ongoing or incomplete task, project, or initiative that is still being worked on or developed. It suggests that the work is not yet finished but is actively in motion. 20. Work the room. Meaning, this phrase refers to the skillful and strategic engagement with individuals in a social or professional gathering, typically with the intention of networking, making connections, or establishing relationships. 21. Work your magic. Meaning, this term means to use one's skills, expertise, or creativity to achieve impressive or extraordinary results. It implies the ability to bring through exceptional effort or talent. 22. Work-life balance. Meaning, this term refers to the equilibrium or harmony between one's personal life and professional or work-related commitments. It emphasizes the importance of allocating time and energy to both personal and professional pursuits to maintain overall well-being and satisfaction. 23. Worth its weight in gold. Meaning, this term refers to something that is extremely valuable, highly prized, or considered to be of great importance or benefit. It implies that the item or resource is exceptionally valuable or beneficial. 24. Wrap it up. Meaning, this phrase means to bring a task, project, or meeting to a conclusion or completion. It suggests finalizing or finishing something in an organized and efficient manner. 25. Write off. Meaning, in a business context, a write-off refers to the act of recognizing a financial loss or expense by reducing the value of an asset or removing it from the accounting records. It is typically done when the asset has become obsolete, worthless, or unrecoverable. Business vocabulary, letter Y. Mastering Business English by Tracey, Simon. 1. Yacht-like lifestyle. Meaning, yacht-like lifestyle refers to a luxurious and extravagant way of living, often associated with wealth, opulence, and leisure. It implies a high standard of living, comfort, and indulgence, reminiscent of the lavish lifestyle associated with yacht owners. 2. Yank the plug. Meaning, yank the plug is an idiomatic expression that means to abruptly or decisively stop or end something, often a project, activity, or operation. It implies a sudden termination or discontinuation, usually due to dissatisfaction, failure, or the need for immediate action. 3. Yardstick for measurement. Meaning, yardstick for measurement is an idiomatic expression that refers to a standard, criterion, or benchmark used to assess or evaluate something. It represents a point of reference or comparison against which the quality, value, or performance of something is judged. 4. Yarn spinning. Meaning, yarn spinning refers to the act of telling stories or anecdotes, often in a creative or exaggerated manner, with the intention to entertain, captivate, or deceive listeners. It involves weaving a narrative, often with embellishments or fabrications, to engage and hold the attention. 5. Year-end review. Meaning, a year-end review is an assessment or evaluation conducted at the end of a calendar or fiscal year to review and analyze the performance, achievements, and challenges of an individual, team, project, or organization during that period. 6. Year-long effort. Meaning, year-long effort refers to a sustained and continuous effort that spans an entire year. It implies dedicating time, energy, and resources consistently throughout the year to achieve a goal, complete a project, or make progress in a particular area. 7. Yearly target. Meaning, yearly target refers to a specific objective, goal, or performance target that is set to be achieved within a calendar year. It represents a measurable milestone or benchmark that guides planning, decision-making, and progress evaluation over the course of a year. 8. Yearning for growth. Meaning, yearning for growth expresses a strong desire, aspiration, or longing for progress, development, or expansion. It reflects a deep hunger or ambition to achieve greater success, improvement, or advancement. 9. Year-to-date performance. Meaning, year-to-date performance refers to the measurement or evaluation of progress, achievements, or results accumulated from the beginning of the calendar year until the present date. It provides an overview of performance over a specified time period, offering insights. 10. Yell from the rooftops. Meaning, yell from the rooftops is an idiom that means to publicly and enthusiastically proclaim or announce something, often with great excitement or pride. It suggests a desire to share information or news in a highly visible and vocal manner. 11. Yellow brick road. Meaning, yellow brick road is a metaphor taken from the famous novel and movie The Wizard of Oz. It symbolizes a path or journey towards a goal or destination, often representing a clear and well-defined route to success, happiness, or fulfillment. 12. Yellow flag. Meaning, in a business context, a yellow flag refers to a cautionary signal or warning sign that indicates a potential issue or problem. It suggests the need for increased attention, evaluation, or mitigation of risks before proceeding further. 13. Yen for success. Meaning, yen for success is an idiomatic expression that describes a strong and intense desire or craving for achievement, progress, or prosperity. It signifies a deep longing or passion for success and personal fulfillment. 14. Yield results. Meaning, yield results means to achieve or produce outcomes, often positive ones, as a result of efforts, actions, or strategies. It implies the attainment of desired or expected outcomes, typically in terms of measurable goals or objectives. 15. Yield the advantage. Meaning, yield the advantage means to willingly or reluctantly surrender or give up a position of advantage or superiority to someone else. It suggests forfeiting a favorable position or opportunity, often for the sake of fairness, compromise, or strategic reasons. 16. Yield the floor. Meaning, yield the floor is an expression used in a formal setting, such as a meeting or debate, to indicate that one is relinquishing their right to speak and giving someone else an opportunity to speak. It signifies a gesture of respect and courtesy to allow others to express their perspectives. 17. Yield the spotlight. Meaning, yield the spotlight means to voluntarily relinquish or step back from the attention, recognition, or center stage in favor of someone else. It involves graciously allowing another person to receive the focus or recognition for their accomplishments, ideas, or contributions. 18. Yield to pressure. Meaning, yield to pressure means to succumb or give in to external influence, demands, or persuasion. It refers to the act of compromising one's position or principles under the weight of external forces, often due to perceived or actual pressure. 19. Yoke around the neck. Meaning, yoke around the neck is an idiom that metaphorically represents a burdensome or oppressive responsibility or obligation. It suggests being figuratively constrained or limited by a demanding task, duty, or commitment. 20. Young blood. Meaning, young blood refers to fresh, new, or youthful individuals who bring energy, enthusiasm, and innovative ideas to a team, organization, or industry. It often implies the inclusion of young and talented individuals who can contribute to revitalizing or reinvigorating a group or sector. 21. Your neck of the woods. Meaning, the phrase your neck of the woods is an idiomatic expression used to refer to someone's local or regional area or the place where they reside. It is often employed to inquire or discuss matters specific to a particular location or community. 22. Your 2 cents. Meaning, your 2 cents is an idiomatic expression that invites or seeks someone's opinion, perspective, or input on a particular matter or topic. It acknowledges and values their contribution, even if it is brief or informal. 23. You're on thin ice. Meaning, you're on thin ice is an idiomatic expression used to warn someone that they are close to facing negative consequences, usually due to their behavior, actions, or performance. It implies a precarious or risky situation where one's actions could lead to unfavorable outcomes. 24. You've got the ball. Meaning, you've got the ball is an idiomatic expression used to indicate that someone has the responsibility, authority, or opportunity to take action or make decisions in a particular situation. It suggests that the individual has been entrusted with a task or project and is expected to lead or initiate the next steps.